I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you.
What up? We're in the building. It is Merciless Monday. I'm taking no mercy as some legends join the show. We got NBA Insider to talk about NBA Finals and Keith Smith. We had him on about a month ago. He'll join us again. Plus, the Chief, and no, not the KCBDs and all the Chief Queendom fans. This is the real Chief, Robert Parrish, the NBA legend, Boston Celtic, be joining the show. And we're working on getting a Houston Rockets insider joining us after the Kevin Durant news as he was traded to the Houston Rockets. We're going to dive into that as well. But before we do that, the Pacers go down in flames on a Merciless Monday as their heartbeat goes down with an apparent Achilles tear, which subsequently ends their season at the same exact time. What a shame in a Game 7 to not have both stars playing each other on the biggest stage in the NBA. The professional sports has a problem, Houston, and it is soft tissue injuries, and this should not be happening. And to our boy, Dr. Jesse Morse, who is a frequent visitor of our show, he says they're totally avoidable, and we'll have to have him on to explain. OKC gets their first ring, ironically, on the same day Kevin Durant, who couldn't get a ring in OKC, signs with the Western Conference rival Houston Rockets. We shall see what OKC can do moving forward, and where do the Pacers go from here. College World Series ends in controversy as Coastal Carolina's coach ejected in the first inning for arguing some questionable pitches. And the ref stumbles, falls, gets in his feelings, and throws Coach Kevin Schnall out in a World Series final. Have some tougher skin, ump. This ain't about your asses. Jesus. But what do I know? But what I do know is that our Far East Sider, Naptown legend, 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defendant, and new Los Angeles Laker fan, Big Smitty, joins the show. He chokes.
Pour one out for Tyrese Halliburton right now. Everybody stop what you're doing. Pour one out for Tyrese Halliburton. If you at work, grab your cups, pour them upside down, get your bottles. We pour one out for Tyrese Halliburton. Our leader, our captain, the man came out on fire with a vengeance. Yaga, yaga, yaga. 9 points in 5 minutes. We saw what type of time he was about to be on. Was talking crazy, talking trash, moving fast. He's about to have a 30-point night triple-double. He was about to have that type of game. Special moment. We had Reggie Miller in the crowd. All the Pacers Nation was watching. Meta World Peace was watching. Stack was watching. Al Harrington was watching. Travis Best, Jamal Tinsley was watching. And we saw what happened. Another Achilles. Another damn Achilles. But shout out to OKC. Shout out to OKC. Y'all won the championship. Shout out to Joel Court. Your team won. I ain't going to be a sore loser. Your team won. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
He had 9 points.
Yeah, in 5 minutes.
We act like he was like fucking at 25 points or something.
He had 9 points in 5 minutes. What are we talking about? He led both sides in 3 points made for the game.
3 threes. That was it.
And he got hurt. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think
the game,
that's yeah, I watched it.
What are you talking about?
It was a good game for a minute. I don't know, Smitty. I don't know. But are you now a Laker fan again?
I never stopped being a Lakers fan.
I thought you did.
Y'all fans, y'all trolls. I'm gonna call you a troll today because you're trolling. Y'all are. I'm from Naptown, homie. I'm from my city. That's like if Compton got some shit going on, you gonna still like show love. Like that's your home. That's Compton, homie. Like this is Naptown for me. 317. Don't shrug. Don't shrug.
I think that's a problem. I don't think we talk about enough. Like you guys, like in a in a horrible little town, you don't have a lot of teams. You don't have a lot of teams. So like us here, I guess, like because that's like saying, if the Clippers win, I'm showing love. Nah, homie, I'm not an LA Clipper fan. I hate the Clippers. See, that's the problem. So in fairness, I'm gonna give you that because we got like 20 teams. You got one team in the whole state. It's fair. I get it. Because I would never vote for the Clippers to win a championship. You feel me? Like I don't think.
And I had this conversation with somebody before. I'm like, so if the Lakers are already out, and you got the Clippers versus the Celtics in the finals, y'all not rooting for the Clippers in that situation?
No,
you from LA?
Yeah, nah, we're rooting for the Celtics.
Oh, no, ain't no way. That's the biggest rival.
Still though, the Clippers are hated. Clippers are a JV team. We don't want the Clippers to get a ring. We don't want them to ever have a banner, especially when they was in the Staples Center, our same arena we shared. We didn't want no Clippers banner in there, homie. We'd rather have the Celtics. We'll chase the Celtics and get them beat down over total titles in the long run. We're not worried about the Clippers. We don't want the Clippers to do anything. They're an Orange County team. They should be playing at the Pond in Anaheim. They're like a nobody. They're like nobody. They're like Drewski and them. They're nobody. They're literally like nobodies. They're like that guy who we see the other day that went after Jamar Chase on an airplane. He nobody.
No, that's a nobody. That's a nobody.
Sure. Nobody.
That one is.
Same thing as Drewski though. Same nobody. They're nobody. Smitty, well, you guys lost. Get over it. Move on. See what you guys can do in the long run. We'll see. OKC, I'm not sold on this team as being no dynasty, by the way, according to Kendrick Perk and everybody else on ESPN right now.
He's biased. He's OKC draft. He's biased. He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't see a dynasty. I don't believe they have a good enough offense. I'm gonna be honest, because some teams are gonna catch on. There's gonna be some teams that get some big time firepower. Who's gonna get Giannis? Who are they gonna pair up? I don't think Houston's done with trading. I'm surprised they are. I don't believe the Lakers are done trades or acquisitions. Some teams are gonna get some firepower that I think the Thunder's great defense and what's won them a title, I believe. Will still cost them. I don't believe they're good enough on offense. I don't believe they have a third big time score. And until that one kid, the 7-footer gains some weight and becomes
Chet Holmgren.
When he becomes more than 150 pounds soaking wet, I don't believe he's a real threat. Even though he's a perimeter I know big men are perimeter players now in the NBA. He can't even get his own shot in the perimeter. He's so light in the ass. Like Miles Turner was holding the motherfucker like this. So, like Miles Turner, if he would have played at all this series, they could have the Pacers win the series because they go up 3-1 in that one crucial game, and the shit is over. And Miles Turner lost him the series, in my opinion, more than losing Halliburton in a game 7. That's what's talked about today, Smitty. But Miles Turner no-showed in the finals, and that really cost this team because they needed the others to show up. And they had certain others show up, but Miles Turner is a guy who was balling all playoffs long and gets to the finals and no shows.
Yeah, he was bad. I can't defend him. He was bad this series for sure.
But the critical one is that game that they had won, Smitty, to go up 3-1.
Game 4.
It's over. It's over. Like I'll be honest, 3-1. As good as OKC wasn't winning 3 in a row. I don't believe that against this team. I don't believe they win 3 in a row. And Halliburton is playing, and the game series is over sooner than later. He don't blow his Achilles. Now that's a whole nother story, but I'm just saying it's fucked up. This is it's a wild scenario. Miles
Just
Turner,
a wild scenario. It felt like, we've been talking about how the Pacers were just destined to win the series, like the finals. This is the way the whole playoffs was going, all the crazy comebacks and game winners. And then when at the biggest game, though, in the biggest moment, it's like that luck completely turned over. And then you lose your best player in the biggest game. And again, listen, we never know what would have happened. Maybe he plays and the Pacers still lose. I just, like, me as a competitor, I want to see best on best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure
you need Travis Best.
And I'm sure OKC did too.
You need a guard.
But Tyrese Halliburton is our guard.
I know, but you
like,
can't
he's literally our point guard. So like
then he's shitty then. Because here's what I'm saying. And hear me out. You guys need a guard. You guys average 21 turnovers a game in the finals, homie. No point guard in America that wins the championship and lets his team, as the leading point guard, average 21 turnovers. You guys average
point guards that would turn on the ball, though.
Don't matter, though. But that's my point, Smitty. The point guard runs dictates the pace. He controls
it's not
the
that
tempo.
Simple. It was not that simple, though.
That's why I'm saying you need a point guard to go with Halliburton. I think you need another point guard, either off the ball guy or something. But you can't turn the ball over 21 times.
Like, I agree with that, but I'm saying it's not all on the guard.
That was your average, though.
Yeah, but it's not all on the guard who was doing it. That's what I'm saying. It's not as simple as that.
We got Michael Cooper on this week. We're going to ask him, do you think Magic Johnson would allow the Lakers to have 21 turnovers in the finals?
Probably not. I mean,
I'm the point guard. Get the ball.
Top 5 player of all time. Probably not. But again, I don't like the parents. I don't know. What would have happened against this OKC team and all that. Those are all great. Those are all-time great, multiple Hall of Famer teams. So I'm not going to let's leave the 80s out of it. Let's leave Magic out of it. We're talking about this team. This Pacers team and their point guard is the reason that they made it to this point in the first place as a fucking sixth seed or whatever. They weren't even supposed to be here. Nobody even expected that. So I'm not going to diss the point guard who got them there now. That makes no sense.
I want to get rid of the micros and you in the chat included. I want to get rid of you guys today. Not get rid of the turnovers. I want to get rid of the micros. So Halliburton is responsible for all the turnovers, Rio said. Yeah, the fucking point guard, homie. Guess what? Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant take the ball over. And they say, hey, I'm going to dictate the pace. I'm going to dictate where we go. 23 turnovers, 26 turnovers one game, 21 last night. Homie, that was why you guys lost. Like, I'm trying to figure out why stars don't matter. So Halliburton goes down with an Achilles, and that's the series. Smitty, you did a whole video. But
because I'm watching the game. And I'm seeing how he's attacking. Anytime Halliburton goes off, the Pacers win. Anytime Halliburton goes off, the Pacers win. It's like a fact.
But why aren't you addressing the fact that he has 21 turnovers as a team, though, too? I don't understand.
Of course.
I don't get why how that's not equivalent to losing the game. Not just him going down, homie.
That is, but the Pacers have shown that even with turnovers, they can still win. That's how explosive they are on offense. So you're right. They do need to get better, 100%. But even with that, they still win. We're still in game 7, even with that average.
But I disagree. I actually think if they don't turn it over, they win game 4 and the series is over. They're champs today. That's the difference. That's a winner and versus a loser mentality. That's why I don't believe we understand that game 4 was the breaking precipice point of this tournament. The game's over. The Pacers are champs right now, homie, without turning the ball over. I'm just telling you right now. That's real simple. It's real simple.
There was a lot that went down in that game 4. Turnovers was a piece of it. Y'all don't want to hear it, but since we keep bringing up game 4, some horrible calls at the end of the game that, after the game, they go back and look at it. And when they it don't matter now. So all I'm saying is it's a lot that went down. You're right. The Pacers, if they would have finished game 4, is a highly unlikely OKC wins 3 in a row. But we're talking about game 7. And I'm telling you, today we're in a game 7 where the game is going back and forth. Our star is being a star and playing with a different type of energy and aggressiveness that man, I haven't even seen. And he's knocking down 3 after 3. He's looking at the crowd, forcing OKC to call a timeout. Like it's a different pep to a step. I mean, any athlete just like you just know, like you just see how the game is going. And for him to go down like that, it just sucked the energy out the team. And I mean, they fought hard. Shout out to them for going hard in the fourth quarter. They were down by 20 plus at the beginning of the fourth. Cut it down, I think, as low as I want to say 9 or 10. But just at that point, there's not enough time left on the clock. And The third quarter killed us. Oh my God. Like, could not get any. Nobody scored really for TJ McConnell. And shout out to McConnell. I mean, he gave it all he got, but nobody scored. I thought Siakam needed to be more aggressive and go get the ball. He was not doing that. None of our other role players could score until the fourth quarter. They finally started knocking down some shots a little bit and get to the free throw line, but it was too little too late. So, again, shout out to OKC. They were the best team all year long. Maybe they still win the game, even with Halliburton. I'm just saying, when you lose your star player in the finals, it just waters it down a little bit. When Golden State lost KD in the finals against the Raptors, it was like, all right, this series is over. Because let's be real. Like, we can be real about that one. If KD don't go down, Golden State has another ring. That's a fact. That with that tape, that's a fact. So I'm just saying, when you lose your star players, like, damn, it's like, it don't feel the same. That's like having a Super Bowl, the Chiefs versus the Eagles, and that's, knock on wood, let's say Mahomes would have went down. It's like, all right, Eagles won, but you lost your best player. So it just kind of like, it just feels different. Go ahead, Jason.
Fuck. So the refs are uncontrollable. You and I played big time football. We understand we don't blame refs in big time games, right? We're on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you want to compare refs to turnovers that you do control. Got it. Anyway, you skip right over the fact that you turned the ball over. That's why you guys lost series. Stop blaming the refs, homie. You guys control the game with turnovers. You guys average 23 a game. You lost the series. Stop trying to use refs as the fucking excuse, homie. You guys lost the series flat out. 7 games. Great season. Hell of a year. But you guys can't. You turn the ball over, you lose. Period. Stop talking about the refs, homie. You know why you guys lost? Because that right there. You guys ain't humble enough to win. You motherfuckers choke.
Stop it. You guys,
the shirt that he made. The shirt that he made famous.
This is grown man basketball. We gonna compete. Stop that.
Hey, Smitty, the shirt that you made famous bit you in the ass.
No, it didn't. Nobody choked. He got hurt. He tore his Achilles. That's not choking, homie. You know what choking is? You know what choking is?
23 turnovers.
You don't know what choking is. The man tore his Achilles. Not
23
choking.
turnovers.
Homie, who you talking
23
about?
23 turnovers,
You
homie.
the biggest shit talker I know. We watched the series, homie. We watched the series, homie. You fighting coaches and shit. We saw the series. We saw it. Too late. It's out there on the camera. They cut it up. They shot. So don't say you being cocky now, homie. What are you talking about? It's crazy.
Let's dive into the quote of the day, man, because we got guests from here on out all the way through the show. It's a Merciless Monday, so Smitty's happy.
Any guest say anything crazy today, I'm going at them too. I don't care who it is.
Smitty don't have to do much work today because he's got guests all day long on the Gorilla Show.
I'm going at them too.
So don't even talk to the guests. If you don't have no real concise points about what happened, 23 turnovers, don't talk about it.
I'm going at them today. Robert Parrish, all of them.
Quote of the day brought to you by, check it out right on top. Head on over there. Use our promo code, Coach JB. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. That is the quote of the day brought to you by.
Shitty.
Every time you get mad, like you normally would like that quote, but today you're in your feelings because your team lost and Halliburton's an absolute turnover artist, and so now you don't like the quote. But it's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. And you know what I saw? I saw a choke artist last night lose the NBA Finals. And it's not what you we're not sitting here like, oh, the ref got me. I look at that. It matters. No, I don't. It's what I saw was 23 turnovers.
You know what I just figured out? Like, I know who you are. You're the type of guy that when your team is up and they win in or the game is over, that's when you pop up and talk shit. I was at a little bar. I was a Pacers fan watching the game, and a random OKC fan walks up when they're already up 20 and it's like in the fourth quarter. He ain't said shit all game. He wasted that moment. He walks up. Why y'all quiet now? Y'all ain't rooting for your team no more? It's just like that Michael Jordan video from his documentary. He's sitting in his locker room, and he's smoking a cigar. He's swinging his bat. He says, it's easy for you to talk shit when you're already up. It's hard to talk shit. Talk shit when it's 0-0. That's when it's even. You that type of guy, homie. I never thought you was.
I'm gonna be honest. Let's talk about Halliburton. Moving on forward, I like his nuts and guts. I told you I like his. He's got that Kobe-esque last second shot.
The dog. He's a dog.
But I think his high was what, 15, 20 points. I don't know what it was. Not like a unbelievable score by any means.
Watch the games, homie.
Okay, but that's fine. But let's take away. Let's do a little game. Let's play a little game. Take away the last second shots in this playoff run. Okay. So obviously, his team had to now take a listen, Micro. Take a listen. His team,
baby, just take it away. It did happen.
No. But my point is this, Micro. His team got him back in the game. He made a last second shot. They win, right? Unbelievable. We give him all the credit. We gave him all the credit though. But we were forgetting that the team got him back in the game to make those shots when they were down big for multiple games. And this guy hits last second shots, in which I've credited multiple times, not taking anything away from him. But besides the last second shots, like, what has the guy really done to be called a superstar? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's not a superstar, but he is a nutty, gutty winner. There's just a huge difference. I don't think Jalen Brunson's a superstar either. Another nutty, gutty winner. But I think we need to stop pump the brakes on what we call a superstar and what we call a great, nutty, gutty player. I think there's a huge difference. And I think we're putting guys in superstar status way too prematurely, homie. Like, the guy doesn't do enough, in my opinion, to be no superstar. Great shot maker at the end of games, no doubt. Give it to him. Love it. And love his his whole demeanor. But let's pump our brakes on the superstar talk, homie, because we're acting as if this guy went down and fucking Michael Jordan went down, and that's why they lost the series. That team had nobody show up. And I've seen post-game press conference where they were like, "Oh, I couldn't play no more after Halliburton got hurt." Are you fucking kidding me, you pussy? You fucking pussies. Your player goes down and you couldn't play no more, fucking
find a video. Show me the exact video.
Oh, it's out there. I saw it this morning.
All right, well, find it this morning and put it in the show there. We got 3 hours, so find it. So I want to read it. I want to hear verbatim what they say.
Bailey, find it if you can find it.
I want to hear what you say, because you like to summarize it in your words. I want to hear exactly what they said.
What he said, homie.
All right.
That's literally what he said.
Hey, you might be right. I just want to hear it. So
I'm not. It's not my. I am right.
I mean, a lot of times you be changing words and shit, though, so I don't know.
Hey, I said if Miles Turner shows up, they win. He didn't show up.
I don't see how somebody like you, who knows sports just in general, don't understand how when you lose your best fucking player on your team, how that can impact the game. I thought that was common sense, but I guess it ain't common no more.
You didn't listen to what I said.
You're belittling the impact that the best player can have. Fuck his stats, fuck his numbers. Again, he's the point guard. He's the quarterback of the team. He controls the pace. He controls the rhythm. He sets them up and plays. Even when he doesn't score or doesn't assist, his penetration to the basket and kickouts, and he keeps the offense rolling. If you watch the games today, they couldn't even get the offense rolling. They didn't know what to do. TJ McConnell just was forcing himself to the paint. Thank God he got hot in the third quarter and gave us a chance, but there was no offense. I'm talking about people at the game. I'm like, hey, y'all, this is not good for us. There's no ball movement. Because you lost your quarterback. You lose your quarterback, it's hard to win a game.
Smitty, we got a guest coming right on, so let me get into the contrary to belief as well. Brought to you by Boom. If you change your mind, you can change your life, Smitty. Contrary to belief.
Now that's a good one. I give you that one.
If you change your mind, that's what you got to do. You got to change your mind about a lot of shit going on, homie, and then you'll change your life. So make sure. Change your mind, change your life, homie. Contrary to belief. Smitty, poll question. Let's get right into it. Does Kevin Durant make Houston a championship team? Not a contender, not a good team. Does Kevin Durant to Houston make them a championship team? They're in the same conference as the team that just hoisted the trophy last night, Smitty. So, on you.
Well, that's a real bold question. I'm going to solve it like this. I told my group chat when I saw this trade happen that I believe the Rockets will be in the Western Conference Finals next season as long as they stay healthy. To me, what they just did is following the OKC model. They have a young core group who they developed, who's very talented. None of them have reached their peak yet. And then they made one trade to kind of bring in like their leader or their guaranteed superstar. Same thing OKC did. They brought in SGA, but everybody else is pretty much homegrown from the draft. So I think this Rockets team, especially with Ime Udoka as the coach, one of the best coaches in the game, as long as they stay healthy, I see them in the Western Conference Finals at least. I can't guarantee you right now at 6:27 a.m. Pacific time on June 23rd if the Rockets going to win the championship. We haven't even seen them practice together. And to your earlier point, JB, we don't know what everybody else is going to do yet. We don't know where Giannis is going to be at. We don't know if the Lakers are done. So I can't tell you if they're going to win the championship or not, but they're going to definitely be in the mix if they're healthy. This team is loaded.
I disagree totally. He's done nothing in his career ever without Steph Curry. He's not a leader. He's not a winner. He's not a captain. He's not a leader. He's a scorer, and that's what he is. Like, I don't know why you shake your head. The facts are out there. I mean, it's factual. I mean, the team
he led his team to the NBA Finals before he got with the Warriors.
The team he was just with lost with him, and they won without him. He goes to Golden State, wins it. Everywhere he goes, he loses. I don't see how you lose Jalen Green. I like him a lot. I think he's a super uber talented guy. I was under the understanding that this team was trying to get young and stay young, not grab a 35, 36-year-old to go along with some youngsters. I'm interested, but we got a guest right out the gate. We can ask this question literally to Smitty and continue the debate. Our main man, NBA insider, Keith Smith, rejoins the show. I appreciate him popping back in. Keith, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Keith.
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man, and addressing this. Before we get to the title game, can we get right into this Kevin Durant thing? Our poll questions, we just started the show 30 minutes ago. Can Kevin Durant help Houston win a championship? Not become a contender, not become good, win a championship. Smitty thinks so. They think he says Western Conference final minimum. I say he doesn't do anything. I think it hurt him. I don't think the guy's a winner or a leader. That's just what history has shown me. If he goes down with any type of injury at 35, 36-year-old, I think they gave up too much to lose a guy that's 35, 36 in let's say on a playoff run, he goes down, knock on wood, unlike hopefully not like Halliburton went down last night. But if he does go down, Houston's back to square one. I think that's just a huge risk for a young Houston team. But that's the question. Keith, where are you at with this championship run with him?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to win a title because Oklahoma City exists, right? Like that's everything now is going to be getting through them. But I think they have a chance, better chance than they had before making this trade. Jalen Green is a good but wildly inconsistent player. He's all over the place. He, one night looks like an all-star, and the next night looks like he's a guy who should be coming off the bench on a middling team. It's just, with that's a challenge. Dylan Brooks, good defender, but he, okay shooter, but major upgrade with Durant on him. We all saw when they lost in the first round to the Warriors, they didn't have enough offense. They couldn't put enough offense on the floor. They need, somebody like Durant who can get out there and help them. Sure, injuries are a risk. He tends to miss time. He's an older player. Needs a new contract. All that stuff is true. But Houston is still set up with a ton of flexibility. Even after adding Durant, they still have future draft picks, including some Suns picks down the line. So I think they did well in this trade. I think they're in the mix now of that group of teams behind the Thunder in the West.
I agree 100%.
Right, Smitty, one more question I got real quick. Why Miami? Why did the Heat say no? Kevin, we don't want you here to compare, team up with, Hero and Abijao and those guys. Why they say no? A lot of guys I'm hearing talk saying, man, the Miami Heat dropped the ball here, blah, blah, blah. But I think we know Pat Riley and what his calculated moves have been overall throughout his whole career. This doesn't seem like a fit. I already think he did the LeBron thing before. Now at 37 years old, I don't know if that made the fit. Why did Miami say no ultimately?
Yeah, they didn't have the draft capital like the Rockets did. They didn't have any pick as good as the number 10 pick in this draft. So in order to make the trade, the Suns were insisting, hey, you're going to have to put in 3 of your young players that you like. It was going to have to be 3 out of Khalil Ware, who the Heat took immediately off the table and said, we're not interested. So then it became, all right, then we need Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, and Haywood Highsmith. We need all 3 of them, plus the pick, plus then the matching salary that would go. I think for Miami was, hey, we're talking about 6 guys for 1 here. We're going to have now 3 guys on near max contracts and Durant, Hero, and Adebayo, and then we have to rebuild all this depth. Ultimately, for them, it was a lot like the Damian Lillard deal, where if you're not willing to take Tyler Hero in a trade, which Suns certainly weren't going to do, then it becomes, all right, well, now we're kind of stuck. We don't have the matching salary to send out in a deal because we don't have the draft picks to add up either.
Can you see Miami in the Giannis sweepstakes?
Not now. No, they don't have enough to get them. That's the challenge for the Heat. They've traded so many picks out to kind of put previous iterations of this team together that they just don't have the draft capital to overwhelm. If the Bucks are going to trade Giannis, it's going to be one of those deals where it's here's 5 or 6 draft picks. Here's all the swaps in the in-between years. Here's a bunch of good young talent. The Heat are they're a little stuck right now. They're a good team, but they're not a great team. And they don't have any surefire, like, there it is. That's the top young guy that you can build an entire trade package around. They just don't have that on the roster right now.
That's a good point. Let's stay on the East real quick, and we'll dive into like the finals, obviously, here next. But just with all these major injuries happening, where you got Damian Lillard towards Achilles, Jason Tatum towards Achilles, Tyrese Halliburton towards Achilles. These are 3 top tier, very important players, all on the East, though, right? So where a lot of these guys, excuse me,
they all wear number 0.
I know that was kind of weird. I saw that too. I was like, that's a weird coincidence. But my question is for you is, it feels like the East is going to be wide open next season because none of these guys are going to play next year. Let's just keep it real. It's what it is. Like, so going into next season, like, I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, I guess, are they now the team to beat? The Knicks, the Cavs, I guess, maybe? Are those just the teams to beat?
Yeah, I think the Knicks and Cavs are probably now, they were thinking about doing any kind of move to reset, retool their roster. Just relax a little bit now. Take a step back, breathe, because you're set up pretty well going forward with what you have. I think Orlando making that Desmond Bane trade has kind of launched themselves in there. Now, clearly
Detroit,
they did
maybe.
that with I mean, the Magic made that Bane trade with the idea of let's get into the mix. Now they're probably thinking, hey, we're even more than that, right? There's a good chance we'll finish ahead of the Celtics, ahead of the Bucks, maybe ahead of the Pacers. I don't want to write the Pacers off, completely. That's still a very good, deep team. They still have a lot of good guards on that team to replace Halliburton with. They'll still be really good. They'll still be a playoff team. They're just no longer the favorite. I think if normally we wake up and we're like, all right, finals are over. Who are the favorites in each conference as we know the teams right now? And I think everybody would have said, all right, it's Indiana again. Now, probably not, at least for a season.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And then let's dive into, Indiana Pacers. Obviously, OKC, NBA champions, game 7, a hell of a series. Start with OKC specifically, man. I guess, how good is this team? You see people already talking about, calling them dynastic, saying that it could potentially be a dynasty here, and it could be the start of that. We know how great their defense has been all playoff long, but just from your lens, like, is this one of like the all-time great teams?
They're up there. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for people to really step back. It's either in today's world of covering sports, teams are either crowned immediately or everybody has to write them off as they're actually trash. And like, to me, that's just, silly. There's always room for a lot of discussion in between. So I think when we step back a year from now, 2 years from now, we're going to look at it and say, man, all-time great regular season, right? They were 68-14. Terrific record, one of the highest scoring margins we've ever seen in the NBA. I mean, they rolled through the regular season like nothing, and they rolled through 2 of 4 playoff series to win the title. Yeah, they got pushed by Denver, but took care of them relatively easily in a game 7. And then they got pushed by this Pacers team, which I think says a lot more about Indiana than it does about Oklahoma City. So really good team. As far as being a dynasty, yeah, you could see the framework is there for that. It's just, let's pump the brakes a little bit. A year ago, everybody was talking about, man, Boston's going to rip off 2-3 titles in a row, and they're out in the second round because they had injuries, and it just didn't go their way. So now there's no guarantees for the Thunder. They're set up really well to do this, but you need a lot of luck along the way. You need to avoid injuries. You need guys to get better. You need guys to not get to a mindset, but what is it? Pat Riley called it the disease of more, right? Where it becomes like, man, like, I don't really like being the third guy on this team anymore. I want to see what it's like to be the guy. So those are all the things that I think you have to look at if you're the Thunder trying to avoid. Today looks awesome. Let's see where it goes long term.
Nah, for sure. JB, I'll ask one more. You jump in, man. I'm from Indianapolis, man, and I was pulling for my Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton goes out in the first quarter after starting the game off on fire. Does this do anything in terms of it's not an asterisk championship. These guys had an amazing year, so it's not that doesn't even make sense. But does it water it down an inch, a half an inch? The fact that the Pacers lost their best player in the biggest game after starting off hot, in which it looks like he was setting himself up to have one of those special big games. Like, does it take away a little bit of the I don't know, the excitement or of the buzz of the win, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it depends on which perspective you're looking at it from. If you're rooting for the Pacers or you're just in the middle, yeah, it'll get mentioned. I think the Thunder, I'm with you. There's no asterisks on any championships. Championships are really, really hard to win. You need a lot of luck along the way to get there. So I never like to say like, oh man, this team, that's not a real title, and here's why, and all those things like that gets a little silly to me. So I think we're in a place where, we'll remember the Thunder, but part of the story is Tyrese Halliburton went down in Game 7, and what could it have been? And it really stinks that we're never going to know, right? We're never going to know the real story of what Game 7 would have been had he stayed healthy and been out there for the whole duration.
What does your gut tell you?
I think the Thunder were still going to win the game.
Okay.
I think what you saw ultimately was Indiana. Some of it was the Halliburton injury, but I think the way they played through the first half was about the best they still had in them, and I think they just wore down. And that's what the Thunder have done to teams all year long. More often it happened in games versus in series. And I think the Pacers just didn't have enough left to finish the job. The Thunder at home, anytime anything got a little sideways, Mark Daignault did a good job of saying, all right, hey, let's call a timeout here. Let's reset a little bit. I picked the Thunder to win. I picked them initially to win in 6 because I believed in Indiana enough to get to that point. Then I said, all right, Thunder will close it out at home. But yeah, we really don't know. It might have been a much closer game.
I know Smitty enough, Keith, that if SGA would have got hurt, he would be up here today saying, it's part of the game. Part of the game, JB. SGA got hurt. It is what it is. Pacers are champs, and he'd be waving his towel around. So I know how Smitty is, Keith. So let me transition real quick. I want to ask you about the Phoenix Suns real quick since they lost Durant. What do they do with this Bradley Beal Booker scenario now with Jalen Green? I'm hearing that they could even move Jalen Green before it's all said and done for other things. Like maybe they don't like what you said. Where are you at with the Phoenix Suns and what they end up doing?
Yeah, it's a very incomplete roster right now. They have their top 7 highest paid players are all shooting guards or small forwards. They don't have any point guards. They don't have any real size on the roster. So they've got to rebalance some way. If you ask me what I think they should do, they should trade Devin Booker and reset and restart over. But they're not going to do that. They've made it very clear they have no interest in trying to rebuild. You could get a massive package of draft picks for Devin Booker and really set your franchise up moving forward, much like what Oklahoma City did when they started to tear down. But they're not going to do that. They've made it very clear they don't believe in building through the draft. They don't think that's the way you build a title team. They've also made it clear they have no intentions of rebuilding. So you're going to see them, I think, get into a position where they're going to make some more trades, whether that's Jalen Green or that's guys like Grayson Allen. They've been looking for a Bradley Beal trade for a year now. They're struggling to find it. And a complicating factor is Bradley Beal has no trade clause. So
he's like unmovable, huh? He's like unmovable with his contract size and
it's
all
really
that.
hard. Yeah, absolutely. And they could find a trade probably where a team's like, hey, yeah, we'll eat his contract. And then he can just kill it and say, I don't want to go there because that's a bad team or not somewhere where I want to be. There's been some reporting they're going to try to work a buyout with him. They can work a buyout with him, so much the better. That'll get him off the books and free it up. But they've got to rebalance this roster way too much overlapping guys at too many positions now. And I think it's, the Durant trade was just move one of many to come for them this summer, but it's not going to be any major blockbusters. They just don't have the ability to do that because they are so wildly expensive.
Yeah. Smitty?
Yeah, I'm just over here, just hurt, just sad, stomach hurting. But yeah, no, I think the Suns are cooked. I don't know what they can do short term. I mean, I think next year again it's gonna be another year where they'll be fighting to make the play in, and and regardless of unless they make some mega huge move, which I just don't see happening, I think it's gonna be kind of the same thing there. Let me ask you this then. As we look just further, in the West, and talk about a team that me and JB are also a fan of, the Lakers. They the Buss family, sold the team. How big of a move is that? And I guess what type of impact do you see this having in terms of just, spending money on free agents and kind of just the dynamic of the team?
Yeah, now that they're owned by Mark Walter, or will be soon, who also owns the Dodgers, a lot of people have gone to, well, that's it. They're just going to outspend everybody. But the NBA has all these rules to limit your ability to do that. What we won't see is something like Alex Caruso moves on because we just didn't want to pay the luxury tax, which is what happened to the Lakers a few years back. So we're in a position where they won't lose guys because of reasons like that. But most of what they're going to do is they're going to upgrade the front office. They have the smallest front office staff in the league by a very wide margin because the Lakers have been keep the money on the floor in the players. We don't necessarily want to spend for coaches and front office and scouting and all those things. Well, they'll up all that stuff there, and that'll be huge. But for the most part, it's the Lakers, right? They get guys because they're the Lakers. They're in Los Angeles. That'll continue to be a thing. What they won't have happen is watching talent walk out the door because we're a little expensive. If they lose guys, it'll be because of real basketball reasons now. Like what we saw, right? The Clippers had to go through the same thing. They had to kind of bring their roster down and reset it because they're in a position of, all right, let's change this up here because we're in a spot where, you know what, the basketball roster restrictions are too much, on us to try to build out this team. And that'll be what will hit the Lakers eventually if they get really expensive again. But, the scary thing for the rest of the league is they're going to finally invest and upgrade and all the other stuff around the team.
All right. I like
It's
that.
gonna be interesting. The Lakers sell was crazy to me. I can't believe it, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I don't know what they can do in this offseason, but where do you see Giannis ending up?
Milwaukee. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think if he wanted to go somewhere, he would have asked by now. Maybe he takes the Damian Lillard approach of, let's see what happens at the draft and in the early days of free agency. And then I don't like where we're headed. But I think Giannis has been pretty committed to the Bucks all the way through. Now, the last couple times there was some noise. One time they went out and got Drew Holiday. He was happy to stay. They won a title. Next time they went out and got Damian Lillard. He was happy to stay. But I think you're going to see him really just, hey, you know what? I'm going to, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm just going to kind of stay here. And again, look at the East now. They hit on the right couple moves. They could be right in the mix because he's that good almost all by himself. So I don't think you see him move.
Well, one more question before you go. Thanks again for jumping on here. LeBron James kind of made some headlines. Was it last week in regards to his thoughts about winning a championship and how we live in this ring culture now, and that shouldn't dictate your overall greatness. I just want to get your thoughts, your opinion on that. Do you think we put too much emphasis on guys who won a ring versus guys who didn't? Do you agree with LeBron or do you disagree?
I agree to an extent. I do think it's important as part of the conversation. But like, right, as a kid, I grew up on Dan Marino, right? He's great, but never won a ring, right? Mm-hmm. And like, then here's where my major issue comes in with it. You see a guy then do something to remove the but never won a ring part, like Kevin Durant. People want guys to win titles the way they want them to win them. Mm. Kevin Durant remove that by going to the Warriors, winning a title, and it's still not enough. People are still like, yeah, but I don't care. You join the Warriors. Like that doesn't count. Well, you can't hold it against a guy for never winning a ring and then deciding, yeah, but the way you won it doesn't matter. Like, what if he had waited until he was 40, caught on at the end of the bench with the team and won it then as a, part-time bench player? Like, does that, then is that okay? Well, that's where it all falls apart for me is, yeah, it could be a part of the conversation. If you want to say, hey, Charles Barkley would have been top 10 all time, but never got to a title, so we're going to knock him down a little bit. I'm not going to argue with that too much. But if Barkley had said, you know what, all right, I'm going to sign on with the Bulls for a year or two and won his title, but then you can't say that, right? It's just, that's where it gets really tough for me is people act like, hey, you got to win it, but you got to win it the way we want you to win it. Otherwise, we're going to discount it. It doesn't make sense, with that. But yeah, it's a factor in the all-time great conversation for sure.
No doubt.
Sure.
Hey, it's been a good ending of the season, which I thought was really bad, Keith. And then you have two small market teams playing in the finals. And is this going to be the new norm? Without it doesn't seem like people are going after the big three model anymore. It seems to be dying out. Is this the new norm? Organic, traditional rosters, building them up and etc. As we've seen Denver do, Boston do, and maybe a few additions and subtractions, but at the end of the day, is this the new norm?
Yeah, I think to some extent we're going to see teams look to whether it's built through the draft or acquire guys very early in their career like the Thunder did. The challenge is the Thunder aren't really replicable because they had 9 million draft picks throughout the course of the years to do all sorts of stuff with, and they hit on every pick that they made. But I think we're in a spot where it really becomes, all right, let's look at this to build this up more than just go sign 3 free agents, because that model of go get 3 max guys, leaves you extremely thin. And if you lose one of those max guys, like the Lakers, when they had LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook, when one of the guys went down, it all fell apart because you don't have enough depth to backfill it. You've got to get to your max guys through developing them yourselves, because then when they're right before they become max guys, you can add that other outside talent. So I think that's going to be the way forward for now, as long as the aprons are in place and the roster restrictions are a little bit tighter on teams to build up. The market size thing, I think just we happen to have 2 teams that are really smartly built that are in small markets, and that's how it worked. Next year, last year was Boston and Dallas, which are 2 of the bigger markets. I don't want to overreact to that too much, but the Thunder probably aren't going anywhere for a little bit. It's probably going to be a while that we see them around, so it's going to be an interesting group to watch.
Keith, last thing I forgot what I was going to ask you earlier, and it came back as you're leaving. Ja Morant, is there any shot, a snowball chance in hell that they move him? Are they trying to clean house there as well? I'm hearing all these rumors out here on the West that Memphis, after the whole Bane thing and the coaching getting fired and all the things that are going on there, this guy was probably the face of the franchise a few years ago before all the off the court stuff. Now it seems like we continue to forget about Ja Morant. Is there a possibility that even is a real remote chance?
I'm not going to say it's a 0% chance, because I think if they got bowled over with an offer, they'd certainly consider it. But I think much like what we just talked about, I think they were looking at, all right, we got to get Jaren Jackson Jr. re-signed. We have Morant on a max. We have Bane on a near max. Are we going to be able to put the right guys around that group to rebuild? Now with moving Bane, they've created a whole lot of flexibility, and I think their plan is we're going to build around Morant and Jackson. That said, I think the shelf life is starting to come up a little bit. We don't have guys go wire to wire with the team anymore. It just isn't how it goes. Eventually, whether the team side or the player side, a divorce comes, and that's probably going to get to that point. But I think they're going to give it at least another year or 2 of runway to see, all right, can we get the right guys around Morant and Jackson, rebuild this thing, and get ourselves back into the mix with the Rockets and the Lakers and the Nuggets and all those teams that are trying to chase down OKC.
No doubt. Keith, man, great stuff. Great insight, man. You're a legend. I appreciate you hopping on here. And what do you do next? Do you do anything with like future draft? What? These
Oh
guys-
yeah. That's all I really do is off season and free agency and trades, and that's our world over at Spot Track. I'm 27 to 30 teams deep on off season previews. Those are all posted on Spot Track. We've got my top 50 free agent rankings are up. I ranked every single free agent in their position groups as well. Those are out there. Made projections on all the options and non-guarantees. Will come out. We're going to cover the draft pretty heavily. Over on the Basketball Bulletin, I released my top 100 big board for the draft. I'll have another draft related piece coming out probably today. But yeah, the off season is that's when I really get to work.
No
so
doubt.
It's going to be a busy next couple weeks.
If the betting man out there, it's safe to say that Cooper Flagg's staying put.
100%. Yeah, Dallas has no interest in moving off that pick. I don't know what could motivate them to move off of that pick. And Cooper Flagg is going to be really, really good right away in the NBA. He's already ready to defend in the NBA, and he's only going to get better as he figures out the NBA game offensively and adds strength and all that. And it's important to remember, this kid should have graduated high school like a month ago. Here in Florida, but he reclassified and he's heading to the NBA as one of the youngest prospects we've ever seen. He's going to be something else and something really, really special.
Damn.
Wow.
Great insight, man. Thanks so much, man. Make sure you guys follow him on Spot Track, Keith Smith on Twitter, and appreciate you, brother. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Keith. Insider, man. Wealth of knowledge, man. He's the Steve Kim of NBA, man. I'm gonna tell you, that dude is smart. Go look at some of his tweets and what he does on Spot Track. He is amazing. Can't thank him enough for popping on here. Keith Smith. Smitty, we got legendary Robert Parrish joining us here soon. The Chief. The Admiral. David Robinson, you had the Chief, Robert Parrish. We've had some great names. Who's the greatest NBA? Who's the greatest name?
Nickname and just basketball or sports, period?
Basketball right now, but maybe sports, period. But Dr. J stands out.
Dr. J's hard magic, bro. Gotta be magic.
The magic, the answer.
The truth.
There's a lot of guys. The Big Ticket. There's a lot of names. I like names. I like a lot of names.
King James.
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba hard. Hey, Black Mamba hard.
It is hard. Like you can't. I don't know if you can really fuck with it. I bet
you can't. It's kind of unfuckwittable.
Air Jordan kind of, you can argue, was created by Spike Lee, though.
Yeah.
Like
Air Jordan is hard now because like the brand is so big, too, but like Air Jordan by itself is decent, but I don't think it's better than like the answer is cold. Magic. Your name, like we call Magic. We don't call him Irving. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. There's a lot of names out there, man. A lot of names out there. But we got to stop the cap. And Factor Cap is I know I didn't hear you and Keith really talk about the OKC Thunder being an all-time great team.
Well, I asked him the question. I didn't say they were.
Holy fuck. That team's horrible. But anyway, there's no way. I guess.
Well, he said you look at their record, they lost 14 games. So that's literally one of the best records of all time. That's just an actual fact.
Right.
Defensively, in terms of like their whatever numbers they track and look at, they are one of the best defensive teams we've seen from a overall just dominant statistically. Right. That they got the MVP.
I get it.
So like they check off a lot of boxes, but I'm with you though. I watch a lot of basketball. I don't look at them.
Why are you with me though? Because I'm curious to know why. Because I think you're gonna make my whole 2 years on the show with you. You're gonna prove me right. Why are you with me?
Well, no, because I kind of already know what your reason is gonna be. I'm not going there.
What's my reason?
Your reason is that they're doing it in the weakest version of the NBA and the softest version of the NBA. Like you said the same shit for 3 years, so I know where you're gonna go. I'm just saying this is my eye test. I've looked at a lot of champions year after year. I look at the Golden State Warriors rings. I look at those Heat rings. That Boston Celtics team with KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen when they beat our Lakers. I look at the early Lakers teams when they went 15-1 in the finals. I saw the Spurs. Well, I'm just looking at this from 2000 till now. We've had some like real deal all-time championship team. Not even tapping into the Bulls in the 90s and the Magic Johnson 80s. And it's too many great teams. So when you think about all of them, it's like, I'm not putting OKC above a lot of those championship teams. Go ahead.
My overall point was mediocrity is the new excellence. So you're on to it. You're on to what I was going to say, but mediocrity is the new excellence. And American sports are dying, D. Jones. D. Jones tried to figure out what I was trying to say, too. No, it's not, American sports are dead, in my opinion. I've been saying that for 3 years, but what do I know? But what I'm saying is mediocrity is the new excellence. If we're really talking about this team as a great all-time, Smitty, then mediocrity is really the new excellence. And I get your point. I get this record. I get the defense. I get all that shit. But, like, seriously, if we really go through their series and they go series by series, I don't know if I remember a championship team going through less hurdles of playing an actual superstar that didn't fucking get hurt.
The Nuggets was the most impressive series they had.
Yeah, the Nuggets should have won the series. Really, they should have won the fucking series. But anyway, it is what it is.
OKC won though, so you got to get that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get hypothetical. Yeah, I'm not gonna get no hypothetical. I'm just saying this team's not. I've seen too many basketball teams. They're not even in the top.
Should we rank our top 10 teams this week? I mean, it's kind of the dead period. It might make sense to bring our little graphics back and like we do our top 5 or top 10. You know, could be fun.
We could. But we got the Chief joining us here in a minute. Let's take a quick commercial break. Take a quick commercial break. Oh, you want to stay? I
thought he was coming on at 7.
All right, if he comes on at 7, let's stay then.
I don't want to it's gonna be a minute break. We're gonna be able to do nothing.
All right, let's dive into this baseball topic real quick. I want to dive into this real quick because unbelievable. The baseball, you're in the national championship game, Smitty, just for context. LSU, powerhouse baseball team. Coastal Carolina won the title in 2016. They would have been the first team ever to win a College World Series in 2 different subdivisions, meaning FCS and BCS, if we're going to football terms. And I thought they got hosed out of it, 1-1, and then the LSU goes up 5-1, and then the guy goes out there over some pitches, 3 pitches in particular, and the referee, who is super unathletic, falls, and he fell down and then claimed victim mentality and said, "You knocked me down," when you really were just embarrassed, Smitty. And that was a grown man not owning up to the fact that he fell down. Take your laughs by the crowd, get clowned, and get up, homie, and let this man coach the College World Series. We're in the first inning, Smitty, and we got umpires controlling the outcomes of college kids trying to get a College World Series ring. This shit blows my mind. The guy didn't bump him at all. The guy falls. You clearly see it. And then afterwards, his post-game press conference basically says, "I can't help with a guy being unathletic." Take a look.
Coach, the 28th pitch of the first inning, were you warned prior to it? And then I know the home plate umpire kind of turned his back and walked away. Were any words shared from him to you afterwards?
There's 25,000 people there, and I vaguely hear a warning issued. As the head coach, I was assistant for 24 years, and as an assistant, you're almost treated like a second level citizen, and you can't say a word. Now, as a head coach, I think it is your right to get an explanation of why we got warned. And I'm 48 years old. I shouldn't get shooed by another grown man, right? So when I come out to ask what the warning is, a grown man shooed me. So at that point, I can now hear him say, it was a warning issued for arguing balls and strikes. And at that point, I said, because you missed 3. At that point, ejected. If that warrants an ejection, I'm the first one to stand here like a man and apologize. 2 words that define our program are own it. And what does that mean is you have to own everything that you do. without blame, without defending yourself, without excuses. If you guys watched the video, there was a guy that came in extremely aggressively, tripped over Campos's foot, embarrassed in front of 25,000, immediately goes 2-game suspension and said, bumping the umpire. Immediately does that. There was no bump. He was embarrassed. I shouldn't be held accountable for a grown man's athleticism.
Hey, that's beautifully said. I love the breakdown. He told you everything that happened from his end, the other end. But hold on. Not only is he getting ejected, he's getting suspended for 2 games?
But next year.
There has to be a way to, like, reverse that. Because, I mean, we're all watching the same video.
Yeah, he'll appeal it. I'm sure that'll be appealed. Nowadays with NIL and other things, they'll no way. There's no way they'll let it happen. LSU would have won the game, though. I mean, LSU's a better team. LSU, shout out to Coastal Carolina, the pride and joy of Conway, South Carolina. Been to that campus a few times. Great, beautiful place.
For real.
Yeah, it's not too far from Myrtle Beach. You know, like 20 minutes or so. It's kind of like in the middle of nowhere on a dead ass street that just kind of is a cornered, beautiful campus sitting there. Coach of mine at Indy, I got a job there, and I sent the Shamar, obviously the best running back they had. Shamari went there, Jones, and balled out there. Plus, we had a linebacker go there. And right when they were kind of becoming who they become over the last few years, when they were really good. But he I got to go down there, sent a coach there to be a GA. So I was there recruiting, stopped by the campus, talked to the head coach at the time. And Jamie, and we were talking about just the things that my coach had to offer, and he ended up signing him as a GA, and then took 2 players. So beautiful place, got to walk around the facilities and shit. And then I went down to Charlotte and looked at Charlotte's new facilities as they were becoming a Division I school right before they transitioned. Small little school, Charlotte, boy, but a beautiful little place, but a small spot. Like, it looked like a fucking JUCO.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin Olsen went there, obviously. One of
yeah.
the quarterbacks after it played for me. But yeah, crazy. But anyway, we'll see if let's see what happened.
People got to get out their feelings, man. That's my overall, just in summation, get out your feelings, man. Be a man. You tripped, you failed, it's embarrassing. It's all right. You be all right. You fall, get back up. It's happened multiple times, but
no doubt. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see. But without further ado, man, we have one of the biggest legends ever to grace our presence on this show, man. A guy I watched and growing up here in LA, man, saw the great. So it's funny, Smitty. So I grew up, and I was like, fair weather fan. I was a young kid. So if the Lakers didn't win, I rooted right for the Celtics because they were the other team always winning. So it was the Celtics and the Lakers. That's who the 2 teams were winning was. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm a fucking hometown. I'm a Celtics winning. I'm a Celtics fan. Lakers winning. I'm a Lakers fan. So it was a love-hate. Plus, I love Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. So without further ado, man, we get the chief himself, the legend, Robert Parrish, joining us. Robert, how you doing, brother?
How you doing?
All good, man. How you guys doing?
Hey, man, it's an honor to have you, man, watching you play all those great, unbelievable games. I got to ask you right out the gate, man. My young co-host here, we just had an NBA insider on. We've had a bunch of Michael Cooper and other guys come on our show every week promoting the Big Three and other things. And I know you guys had wars back in the day. This OKC team being mentioned as one of the greatest all time, I'm almost laughing right now, and I don't even want to bring it up to you. But your 86 Celtics team, you would have beat this team by how much? 50?
I don't know about 50, but it would have been a convincing win. I say that because of the mismatches.
Yeah.
They only got one, in my opinion, one big, and that's it.
And he was 140 pounds.
I was going to say, he weighed 100 pounds. My goodness. So either Kevin or myself, all we're going to have the matchup. We're going to be the ones that going to spot that defense. But what I will say about Oklahoma defense, it will be challenging.
Really? They're pretty good, huh?
Because they are tough-minded. Their defense reminds me of the 86 team and also the Chicago, that 98 team, when that defense was at its apex, because the Celtics and the Bulls played that smothering, suffocating, disruptive defense, and that's what OKC played, that same type of defense.
Let me ask you about the younger guys like my co-host here that's going to flip it on you and say, all right, Robert, you guys can't play like we used to play in 86. These bigs will take you out to the perimeter now, and Joker and all these big-time guys, Luka, they're going to shoot the three. What would have been the combative defense to that with these bigs now playing on the perimeter where you and Kevin would go down low and kill everybody in the post?
It don't matter where they are. We D up. It don't matter they out on the floor. Besides, I can move my feet.
Yeah.
Kevin can move his feet. That's what it's all about. That's one of the reasons why Colbert have issues in the pick and roll. He's slow of foot. Kevin and I didn't have that problem. Neither did Larry, as slow as he was. He was able to move his feet, and get over a screen.
Yeah.
I don't know. And not to mention, these young fellas today, excuse my language.
Soft.
We would be effing them up on the other end.
They soft.
For this reason. Larry, Kevin, and myself, we could all shoot the basketball.
Yeah, you could.
You could not leave one of us in one-on-one or wide open. Not like the bigs today. But you get them away from the basket, they may as well go sit down. We didn't have that problem. We could all shoot the basketball. So that's why I say it would always be a mismatch if we were balling today. And let's not forget, today's NBA, there's no hand checking.
It ain't.
All that freedom. Yeah. Oh, excuse my language, we'll be fucking them up. Excuse my language.
I love it. Hell no. Don't do that. We love that language. We
love cussing.
Hey, bro, the chief, we didn't have no illegal we got illegal defense back when you played. It was man-to-man, right? It was illegal defense if you dropped into a zone.
Illegal defense is a lot of hand checking, a lot of elbowing, a lot of holding, a lot of pushing. The physicality in today's game has been pretty much legislated out of the game. There's a lot more freedom of movement. Can you imagine not being able to hand check Larry and Kevin and myself? Michael Jordan, Magic, Kareem, Worthy. Oh my goodness. That would just be unfair.
You couldn't knock out Lambeer ass no more.
But hold on.
Wouldn't need to.
I was gonna say, let me flip it though, OG. Yeah. And again, it's an honor to have you right here. But the rules gotta change for both sides. So we always call this era soft today, but it's not the players that's soft, it's just the rules and regulations.
Thank you.
So if these players were allowed to play with the rules you guys played with, I think they would adapt. They would have no choice but to adapt.
They would adapt, but the big difference that I see in today's game, no mid-range.
Yeah,
that's why I love Shea. Think about this for a second. Shea averaged north of 30 points on the mid-range game.
And free throws, yep.
And free throw. He rarely, I think he takes, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, maybe 3 threes a game.
Something like that, yeah.
And he averaged north of 30 points. I so love him because he brought back the mid-range.
He did.
Booker is another solid mid-range shooter. That's a lost art today. And that's why I think my old team back in the 80s, we would excel. Because we were rubbing the paint out of the middle.
Yeah.
All the mid-range offense we were producing. Throw analytics out the window. 3-point shooting don't mean shit if you're not making them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't mean shit if you ain't making them. And when you missing all them threes, we busting your ass in the middle and down low.
That's why I like this Celtics team, dog. I love this Celtics team.
Absolutely.
Hey,
let me ask you about your current Celtics team. I know Smitty. Go, Smitty. Go.
I had a question about NBA Finals. Obviously, just ended. OKC, the champions. But one of your teammates was the head coach of my I'm from Indianapolis. OG, I'm repping the Pacers. I was going for them.
Right.
Rick Carlisle, your former teammate, hell of a head coach, man, to lead this Pacers team to this point. Were you rooting for them, or were you kind of just sitting back, just kind of like whoever wins the game just wins the series is what it is?
I was pulling for Rick because he's a former teammate of mine, but I have to confess, I am a fan of Shea. I'm a fan of Shea.
Yeah.
That young fella game. Know they should call Shea Cocoa Butter. Because he's smooth. Oh, matter of fact, forget about Cocoa. They call him Shea Butter.
Yeah, Shea Butter.
New name.
Oh, that young fella is smooth. But having said all of that, I was pulling for the Pacers because of Rick. And I like the fact that the grit, the determination, the commitment that they demonstrated is a reflection of the head coach, Rick Carlisle.
100%.
No
Go ahead,
doubt.
JB. Man.
No, I was just gonna dive into the current Celtic team that won up my Lakers with the 17th banner last year. This young superstar in Jason Tatum goes down. They lived and died by the three. You just mentioned it. If you're coaching them, are you telling them to get into some sets and stop shooting so many damn threes? Is that what they do? Is that just what they are? I mean, what's going on with the current Boston Celtics?
That is today's NBA, so I would not tell them not to take threes. What advice I would give the Celtics, mix it up.
Yeah.
Don't just be dependent on the threes. Drive to the basket, get in the paint, take the mid-range game, because Jalen and also Tatum are very capable of having a consistent mid-range game. They just settling. That's all they're doing. That's why I didn't see them repeating. They too dependent on the three-point shooting, and not to mention they're not the same defensively.
No doubt.
They have lost some of their defensive identity because they have lost the philosophy about how rewarding and gratifying playing defense is. Defensive rebounding are paramount if you're going to win a championship. You got to be consistent in those two areas, and not to mention keep your turnovers down. That's one reason why I was concerned about Indiana in Game 7. The turnovers. Oh, you got to give yourself a chance. Every time you turn the ball over, it's like a punch in the gut. It takes a little bit out of you. And not to mention, I think in the third quarter alone, if I'm not mistaken, they had 13 turnovers. There's no way you're going to beat a team like Oklahoma with that many turnovers. But you got to give Indiana a lot of credit. They never gave up. And that little shit, Connolly, that little guard, whatever his name is.
TJ McConnell.
Yeah,
he a bad white boy. He a bad boy.
Think about this. Had it not been for his play in the third period, Indiana got ran out of the gym.
He went like 7 for 8 in the third.
Thank you. He kept him in the game. Thank you.
He did.
Come up to my belt buckle too.
Right.
No taller but 5'9" or whatever he is.
I know. I just told our lovely co-host the turnover is what cost him, but I don't know anything. But let me ask you something, Robert. I gotta dive into something, man. A lot of people may not know. So I wanted to dive into. You get drafted by the Golden State Warriors. What was that like? You played shit. You got drafted the year I was born. Not to say nothing like that. So shout out to you for joining us, man.
I don't take it personal.
Oh no, it's unbelievable that I'm just looking back at the history. I'm like, God dang.
I know I'm a senior citizen. I know that.
You look good though, bro. You look good.
Shit. Unbelievable. Golden State for 4 years. How were you excited to get drafted or traded or moved to the Celtics, or did you miss? Were you happy to go to Golden State? How did that all work out?
I was very happy. First of all, to be drafted. I never thought that I would be playing basketball for a living, to be in the NBA. So I was very proud that the Warriors took a chance on me, drafting me. And it it was like a dream come true. It was always in the back of my mind because when I was in college, it was the ABA also. So I got drafted all 4 years in college by the ABA league. But I never thought in a million years that I would actually be a professional athlete. So that was a dream come true. And then being traded to one of the all-time great legendary franchises in the Boston Celtics. That just catapulted my career to a whole nother level because of who I was playing with. I went from playing with some underachievers after Rick, Clifford Ray, and Jamal Wicks, all those guys left. It was just me and Sonny Parker and John Lucas, guys, second tier players. Then I went from playing with second tier players to frontline players. And that's why I say my career just took off and skyrocketed. And what I really like about the Celtics, we was about winning championships. That's what I don't like about today's executives. They settle for just being a perennial playoff team. Fuck that. If you're not winning championships, I think you're doing your franchise and your fans a disservice. That's what I like about the Lakers. That's what I like about the Celtics. They in it to win it every year. And if they don't win a championship, it was not a successful season. These executives today, their asses need to be fired. And also, the scouts need to be fired too for the teams that they assemble. I'm so happy that Pressey has won the championship. Because you think about this. Before this current group, he had Durant, he had Westbrook, and Harden. You think about that. And also, it lets you know how difficult it is to win a championship because those are 3 Hall of Famers. And they did not bring a championship to OKC. So that tells you how difficult and challenging it is to win a championship. You need more than talent. And that's why this young team currently with OKC is so promising because they support, encourage each other. Look how happy they were for Shea. Shea got every trophy that was available throughout this current year. And everybody was just bending over backwards with happiness and applauding that young fella. I love that about them. They did not give a shit who was getting all the glory, all the praise. They was committed to winning. You gotta respect that. That's why I think they kind of mirror the 80s because that was the mentality of the Lakers and the Celtics, and later on the Chicago Bulls and Detroit. It's about winning. Fuck who getting the praise. We want the championship. That's what it's all about.
I love it. Smitty don't understand that shit.
I understand it.
Hey, Chief, I call it the jersey swap era. These motherfuckers just want to trade jerseys after they lose and shit. I'm like, hell no, get that shit out of here.
I ain't with that. I'm with y'all.
No.
Hey, Chief, I gotta ask you something. You
hold on. I want to piggyback off that. When you knock a motherfucker down, do not pick his ass up.
Man, that shit happened yesterday. McConnell got knocked down and Hardenstein helped him up. I said, slap his hand down next time.
I would have taken his ass out of games. I was a coach.
That pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would have set his ass down. I don't care how well he was playing. You come over here and sit with me.
Hey,
fuck that.
You're my favorite guest of all time, by the way. Already, we haven't even finished a conversation. And
He's best guest ever.
You're my favorite guest of all time. Let me ask something. I gotta ask you something. You have something that a lot of people out here, the youngsters in the chat watching. We got about 5,000 people total over here watching. Let me ask you something. The old school Pan American games. You were right out of Sanitary. You go play for the Team USA. What was the difficulty with the NCAA and all I call them the non-caring assholes of America? How it led that you had to get a team, that basically your college sent you to Salt Lake City to play for the USA, right?
Yeah. The genesis of that probation, it was myself and 5 other players. We didn't take the ACT. We took the SAT test, And what my college did was converted that score to an ACT score.
Yep.
Now, granted, all of us passed the test now.
Yeah.
We all passed the test. Wasn't like we failed the test.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that it was converted to the ACT scores, and that's how we got in trouble. But what I have to say about myself and my teammates, we gave the NCAA the middle finger without giving them actually the middle finger because we didn't leave. They gave us the options of going elsewhere. And we stayed with Centenary. We didn't leave. So we kind of gave the NCAA the middle finger without actually giving them the middle finger. No, without telling them to go fuck themselves. That's the message we were sending. So that's the genesis of the probation.
Got it. Loved it. I just remember reading about that story as a youngster, and I'm like, man, I love hearing all the trials and tribulations a lot of you cats had to go through at that time to get to the next level. So I know I watched that, and then you go get drafted by the Warriors, and the rest is history. Speaking of the history, real quick, Red Auerbach, Casey Jones. I mean, I don't know if there's a more legendary franchise from coaches to players. You and the Lakers obviously own both of those. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale. I think Kevin McHale had the greatest post moves in the history of basketball. I stand on it. I know with Keem Olajuwon, yourself, there's a lot of legends out there, but Kevin McHale was ahead of his time to me. And then playing alongside it with you and then Larry outside. How legendary was that to get to every single day, and how hard was practice? You guys practiced hard back then and simulated a game. How legendary was that whole that time era?
Yeah.
What was legendary was the trash talking.
Really?
My! Somebody should have been videotaping all of our practices, especially when we got William. I call Bill Walton William.
Yeah.
When we got him, another legendary trash talker. One of my all-time favorite people, by the way, is William. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
But you talking about the trash talking, Maxwell, Bird, McHale, ML Carr.
Oh, shit.
Oh, legendary trash talking. And our practices were like playoff games in terms of the atmosphere and the intensity. And the coaches, you had to basically punch a motherfucker to get a foul call in our practices. They let a lot go. And the benefit of all of that physicality, it made us more mentally and physically tough for the grind of the NBA. And I think that's why the 86 team was one of the best ever. Our practices, it was borderline, motherfucker, you hit me one more time, we fighting.
Yeah.
That type of attitude. That's how physical it got. And not just in some practices, every practice, because when we didn't have games, we scrimmaged every day.
Damn.
Every day. That's why we were some bad motherfuckers, because we was constantly working on our games. And your game had to be pimped tight to compete.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our second unit was just as good as our first unit in terms of competitiveness. They did not bag down, especially when we had William anchoring that second unit. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how many times I heard, Chief, kiss my white ass.
Let me ask you this. Who was the best trash talker amongst all of you? If you had to pick one teammate, who was the number one trash talker out of all of y'all?
It had to be Larry. I say this for this reason. Larry talked shit whether he was playing well or not.
Oh,
I got to give him credit for that. He could be 1 for 19, and you think he went 19 for 19 because he never shut the fuck up.
What's something that Larry said? It just comes. I know you got some story. I know you probably can't say everything, but there's something that comes to your mind that is a legendary trash talk that he said.
This is clean for the family that's listening. We was in Phoenix playing the Phoenix Suns. John McLeod was the coach, and they had Tom Chambers. He was their best player.
Yeah,
and he was guarding Larry. And the game was going back and forth. They was up. The momentum kept swinging. And it was like 3 seconds left on the clock. We were down by 2. KC drew up a play, a 3-point play for Larry to take the last shot. So we broke the huddle early. Larry walks over to the Phoenix huddle, lean over the shoulder of Chambers and the coach McLeod. He told them, the only white man that can guard me is God. You see that spot right there? He pointed to a spot behind the three-point line and said, I'm going to take a three-pointer right there and end the game. First of all, I could not believe that Phoenix allowed Larry to catch the basketball, first of all.
Right.
It was a very soft defense. We inbound the pass to Larry. Larry was doing the turn your back like Steph Curry do today. Larry doing that back in the 80s. Like he shoot and walk away before he know the shot goes in.
Yeah.
Larry caught the inbound pass, shot a three-pointer, and walked off the floor. I don't know if you know or not. Larry's first finger is crooked because of the dislocation. So his finger's like that. He walked off the court, holding up that crooked finger, all net. And Larry never looked back to see that the shot go in.
Whew,
he didn't make a stride. And it wasn't no doubt about it being an accident because it was all net. Didn't even touch the rim.
Smitty, now that's what they call a cold white boy, not fucking McConnell.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a cold white boy. I got you.
hey, man, I'm like, come on, man. That's it. There's a difference in this. Let me ask you something. Because I'm like I said, I watched the Celtics heavy, man. Watching just the true art form of the game with the guys you had. Is Ed Pickney the greatest sixth man of all time?
Who?
Ed Pickney. What'd you guys call him?
I'm just making sure I heard you right.
Hey, what'd you guys call him, though?
Picnic.
Hey, I love Ed Pickney. I thought Ed Pickney was a hell of a sixth man, man.
I'm not disputing that. In my opinion, the greatest sixth man is Bill Walton.
I'm about to say, come on now.
He got an MVP coming up
off the bench. Come on, JB.
I mean, yeah.
Know your history, JB.
It's like this. Nobody had an answer for William.
Bad
Nobody
boy.
in the league.
It was almost like
when William came into the game, the whole complexion of the game changed. And I say this for this reason. William was a better defender than Kevin and myself in terms of defending the basket and rebounding. He was better than Kevin and I was. And I think that's saying a lot. Because I thought Kevin and I, was turning the lights out around the rim between the two of us. And Bill Walton was better at it. He was a better defender than we were. And I think that's why Kevin and I and Larry got better on that 86 team run, because we were competing against William. Because when his feet wasn't hurting, he fucked practice up defensively. He disrupted practice. Like I said, kiss, I don't know how many times I heard, kiss my white ass, Chief.
I love that. That's amazing, man.
Man, that's unbelievable.
Great.
Man, no doubt. Man, what you got in the fire now? What are you doing nowadays?
I'm like an ambassador for the NBA. They, send me around advocating, promoting the NBA over in Europe, go to the Asian countries. As you all know, NBA is trying to establish themselves in the European market globally. So I'm playing a part in that. They send me out. They haven't forgotten about me completely. Give me a little love here and there.
No doubt.
I love it. But before you go, though, I still want to stay in the 80s. Celtics versus Lakers. Talk about just the mentality shift when you guys knew that we got them on the schedule, whether it was regular season, obviously in the finals, of course. Just when you guys were going against the Lakers, was it a different intensity that week leading up to the game? Take me back to those moments.
I always thought the competitiveness, the rivalry between the two organizations started with Russell and Chamberlain. When Chamberlain with Philadelphia, their competitiveness, that rivalry, trying to establish dominance over the other, started with Boston and Philadelphia. And then when Chamberlain went to the Lakers, that rivalry between Russell and Chamberlain continued. And then when they retired, Magic and Larry had that rivalry in college, and that transition over to the NBA. So that rivalry never lost any of its steam, any of their competitiveness. And not to mention, we didn't like those motherfuckers. and they didn't like us.
Yeah.
And that made the competition better. I thought the coaching was solid, and I thought the team was pretty much even though I thought because we lost Reggie Lewis and Lynn Byers, I thought the Lakers had a bit more firepower. We had because of their bench was a little bit better. They had more scores than we had. So I thought they had an edge there. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Lakers won 5 championships to our 3. Because they had more firepower than we had. Had we had Lynn Byers and Reggie Lewis,
oh my God,
we would continue to have dominance over the Lakers.
I ain't think about that, JB. Lynn Byers was a bad boy.
Reggie Lewis.
Reggie Lewis. You may be too young to know about Reggie, young fella.
Yeah, he is too young.
Was a beast.
Man, that cat come in there leaning on you and bang on you. Reggie Lewis was no joke, man.
So they were the cornerstone of the future.
Yeah.
Because Reggie would have taken some of the pressure off Larry, and Lynn Byers would take some of the pressure off Kevin. Oh, we would have been formidable. And we was already fucking shit up, by the way.
No, let me ask you this right now. Do you still hate the Lakers today? Like if you saw Magic Johnson, if you and Magic was in the same building, are y'all shaking hands? Are you mugging them? Like what?
Nah, it'd be him and Kareem.
I'm gonna be honest, there's only 3 Lakers that I would not look the other way if I saw them motherfuckers coming. That's Kareem, that's Worthy, and that's Cooper. The rest of them damn Lakers, fuck them. That's you heard me say it. That's right. Fuck all of them.
You didn't say Magic in that list.
Did I stutter?
He said, "Fuck them."
Did I stutter?
Yeah, I love that shit.
I respect Kareem because what Kareem did off the court for justice, social justice for all. I respect Michael Cooper for what he brings mentality wise, and I respect Worthy because we went into the hall together.
All right.
Rest of them motherfucking Lakers, fuck all of them.
Damn. I like that mindset, though, JB. I like that.
That's me. That's what y'all don't get. You're youngsters don't
get
that.
Trust me on that. All the Lakers feel the same way about the Celtics. Fuck
Right.
Yeah.
I love mutual. Trust me on that.
No doubt. Same with the Bulls. Same with the Sixers. There was competitive. Like, nah, motherfucker, we ain't helping you up. Get your ass down. That shit crazy now. That motherfucker run over there. Get up, help me up.
Today, and one of my players hit an opponent up, I would sit his ass on the bench. I don't care how well he was playing. He could be the star. He help another motherfucker up. You come over here and sit with me. Fuck that.
Oh man, hey, I'm hyped right now. I love this shit. Let me ask you this real quick. The Detroit Pistons teams with Isaiah, Joe Dumars, those boys, obviously, I know late 90s or late 80s, early 90s, they were able to sneak out 2 rings. I think they did defeat you guys in one of those runs. They, that was one of the historical teams as well. How great at that time was Isaiah Thomas and just that Detroit Pistons team?
Isaiah Thomas was an all-time great point guard. On both ends, he was a two-way player. And let's not forget the impact that Dennis Rodman had on that team. Because I'm going to let you in a little secret just in case you missed it. Chicago wouldn't have won shit without Dennis Rodman.
Hello.
I don't care how good Michael and Scottie Pippen were. They wouldn't have won shit without Dennis Rodman because Luke Longley and that other motherfucker, I can't think of the other center's name.
Luke Longley and they had Willington.
They were just in the way. If it wasn't not for Dennis Rodman, defense and rebounding, which we all know wins games and wins championships, defense and rebounding and keeping your turnovers in check, and you got to have luck and coaching, win championships.
And
Chicago wouldn't have won shit without Dennis Rodman.
With the fucked up shot? Cartwright.
Yeah, what the fuck ever. Yeah. Hell no.
I know. Did you get your last ring with the Bulls? These your teammates, ain't they?
And your point is?
I'm just making sure, OG.
Hey, Chief, that's like going back to some old pussy.
Ah!
I love it.
Shit,
I like that.
my main broad's over here. I ain't gonna take over there. Shit, that don't mean nothing. I just borrowed you for a minute. You know? Oh man, hey. OG. Hey, G, I gotta ask you something. You from Shreveport? You from the gutter? I'm from Compton and Watts. What's up with that shirt?
This is a gift.
That's where I grew up.
I went to a concert, and they was selling T-shirts after the entertainment, and that's where I got a T-shirt from.
What did it say? Watts to Maui?
Yeah, the fella.
Okay,
one of the comedians.
Yeah.
Originally from Compton or Watts or wherever, and he and his family moved to Hawaii. So that's the genesis of this title. And so
love it.
I wanted to give him some love, so I bought a couple T-shirts. I bought my woman one, bought myself one to support him.
Nice.
I love it. I love
no doubt. Yeah, man, it was crazy. Grew up in that, the whole era, man. And wrote about it in my book. My pops was the first one. He was at Compton High, man, in '55. He graduated when it was all white, and the first brother graduated from Compton right when the riots cracked off. 65 Watts riots happened right in that era. My dad was 10 years graduated from high school, and Compton Centennial, the rival of Compton High, was all black in '55, and they played for the championship. White boys versus brothers in a championship in Compton before it had really just turned, and the riots happened in '65, and there's just a lot of history here at Compton and Watts, and we got a good one of our boys come on the show all the time I grew up with that lives in the Nickerson Gardens, which is the projects there in Watts, and so he hops on all the time, man. So it was, when I saw that shirt, I was like, oh my goodness, Robert, the Chief's even more OG than originally thought, but man, hey.
I got one more, JB. I'm sorry. Is it a fair comparison? People today compare Luka Doncic to your teammate Larry Bird. Is that a fair comparison?
Hell no. Let me tell you something about the best of the best. There's only one. There's only one Bill Russell. There's only one Will Chamberlain. There's only one Kareem. There's only one Bird. There's only one Magic. There's only one Akeem. There's only one Kobe.
Whoa!
Thank you.
That's my guy.
Thank you.
That's my air.
With all due respect to what Luka is doing, he's a hell of a player, don't get me wrong. But he and Larry Bird not in the same conversation. First of all, Luka don't play defense. And Larry Bird did. Larry Bird was a two-way player. You can't say that about Luka.
Yes,
you know, it kills me.
My old stiff ass can play better defense than he does, and I'm 71.
Hey, I gotta ask you, because I'm tired of hearing this narrative that the old school cats couldn't play in today's NBA. Motherfucker, Luka's killing y'all, averaging 40 a game, and you don't think Larry Bird could have played in this era? That shit kills me when I hear that shit, man.
You got to understand this. They don't have cable. They didn't look at the classics. And besides, these young fellas today, for whatever reason, do not respect the old school players. Some of the baddest motherfuckers that ever played basketball is an old school player, OGs, as they say today.
Yeah.
Some of the baddest motherfuckers walk on the court, played when I played.
Who the baddest motherfucker you played against?
Kareem, hands down.
Is he better than Jordan in terms of all-around greatness? Different positions, of course, but his overall greatness.
I put it like this. Jordan was the best in this era. Kareem was best in this era. Here's something for you to ponder, young fella. Kareem, first 10 years in the league, he was the best motherfucker in the NBA. His first 10 years in the league. I didn't say 5 like Jordan. Jordan's first 5 years was, he was all right. Kareem, first 10 years in the league, that motherfucker should have been MVP every year. Instead of them 6 MVPs he got, he should have 10 MVPs. Because his first 10 years in the league, he was the best motherfucker in the NBA. And you can look it up if you don't believe me.
No. I'm with you.
Look it up if you don't believe me.
No, I'm with you, OJ.
Look
Yo,
it up.
Did we lose him?
Oh, did
we
you
can
look?
hear him. We can't see him.
Okay, we hear you.
Hold on. Oh, I think he lost me.
This
No,
is
he's
more-
still-
this better with
Damn.
Adam.
Help him out, because I had to find a follow-up. I got to get him. His teammate Larry called Michael Jordan Jesus and sneakers.
That's okay.
Oh, you can still hear us?
Yeah, we hear him. We can hear you. Go ahead, keep talking.
Everybody have their own opinion. And besides, anytime you drop 63 or whatever it was, hey, Jesus or God must have put hands on your ass. First of all, score that many points. But that being said, the baddest motherfucker, in my opinion, with all due respect to all the other greats, is Kareem.
Damn.
Hands down.
No LeBron. Okay.
There
Well, okay.
is nobody. Only motherfucker I ever seen disrupt that hook shot was Chamberlain, and that was temporary. Chamberlain is the only motherfucker to block that sky hook.
Damn.
Chamberlain was a bad boy too now. He's a bad boy too.
That I saw do it. Chamberlain blocked that sky hook. And I ain't never seen another motherfucker block it that he got it from the blind side. He didn't block it head up, face to face. In my opinion, Kareem is the baddest motherfucker to walk on the court if you're gonna do that GOAT thing, which I don't subscribe to. By the way. Because I think all of us are bad motherfuckers. It's just some of us are better than others.
You was a bad motherfucker too, Rob. We got to get your pride. That double zero was different.
I'm just saying, as good as I was, think about this. Here's something for you to ponder, young fella.
Yes,
as
sir.
good as Kevin and I was, Larry Bird was better.
Damn.
Now you ponder that for a minute. As good as Magic and Worthy was, Kareem was better.
Damn.
Now you ponder that for a minute. As good as Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, Elgin Baylor was, Will Chamberlain was better. Now ponder that for a minute. Hell yeah, we talking about the best of the best, young fella. That 1%.
I hear you.
Hell
Can't
yeah.
say nothing.
What the fuck can you say?
I can't say nothing.
You can't say nothing.
I can't say shit. OG, look, you got me right now. I can't say nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Now this is derogatory.
Not say it.
I'm gonna say it anyway.
Say that shit. We like that.
We love that shit.
I was at a restaurant having something to eat. I was in Boston. This guy was, I didn't know at the time that he was with his thing on the side.
Oh.
His wife, a main girl, walked up to their table and looked at her and told the girl on the side, every time you kiss Jermaine, you tasted my pussy. What can you say to that, young fella? What can you say to that?
Hey.
Not a damn thing.
What
OG.
can you say to that?
Not a damn thing.
Thank you.
Hey, Chief, we got those same stories on the other side, too. We say the same shit. Every time you get him, you tasting my nuts.
I was not expecting that change.
Hey, Chief, we got to get together and smoke a cigar or something. Shit.
Yeah. Where you at, man? You in Boston? You in LA? Where you at?
We think a lot.
I'm in Louisiana. Shreveport.
Louisiana. We going to Louisiana then.
I'm in Texas a lot. I'm in Dallas because my woman is in Dallas, Texas. So I'm in Texas a lot.
Chief, how many women you got?
Oh, shit.
I'm down to one. Don't be trying to start no shit.
It's always a white boy trying to start shit with us.
I'm down to one now. There's one. I'm trying to do right.
I hear you on that, brother.
He said, I'm 71 years old and I'm trying to do right.
He sound like me. Shit. I'm about to be 50, Chief, and I ain't never been married. I'm down to about 8.
Good for you. I ain't mad at you. No question.
Hey, man. Hey, this been my favorite. You've been my favorite guest, man. I can't thank you enough.
so
We got to do it again, man. We got to do it again.
I want to thank the two of you for allowing me to reminisce. And if you guys make it real easy to talk to you guys are great hosts. I want to wish you guys continued success going forward. Wish you
man. Love it, brother. Appreciate it, man. You're a true honor, and it was you were graceful to watch, brother. I'll tell you that.
I appreciate all that, and you guys stay positive, stay strong, keep your head up.
No doubt. You too, brother. Stay safe out there. Love it. Appreciate you.
Right back at you.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right.
The Chief, man, Robert Parrish.
Hey, man, I'm so happy right now. Like, my eyes is watery, bro. Like, this is a legend. I didn't even see D. Jones say that. I promise you I didn't. Like, it's just when you talk to somebody like that, I never in my life thought I'd have a chance to talk to Robert Parrish. Like, I don't think some people don't understand how, legendary he is. So, I mean, that's a bucket list right there. That's dope.
And no doubt, the problem is, like, no offense to you, because you obviously know who he is, but I actually was in, like, my young age, like, watching him.
Right, yeah.
Like, when I was in the height of watching professional sports, that was the center. Him and Kareem went at it, like, every game. Like, I'm watching these guys for years play in the finals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, homie, like, this having this cat on.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps because of just the legendary. That's when sports were sports, dog. I really believe it. Like,
and then just to hear, like, he's so raw.
Him stand on it.
Yeah, he's standing on it.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck him."
Fuck him, homie. Paris, if you're watching, we might just cut the whole show of him. To be honest,
I'm collabing with all that.
I would cut everything with him because he's got 20 different sound bites in that thing that are unbelievable. So good luck on that, Paris, finding those great clips. Maybe like 4 or 5 of them. I wouldn't be mad if you used all of them all week because
they always good. That shit was fire.
We got some legends on this week, but damn, that was unbelievable.
That was so good. Like I need to go smoke a square. Like, that was a good ass interview on me. That was,
You smoke squares usually after you fuck.
Really?
That's what they say. I never have.
No, I never did that either. Like after me, you know what I mean? After we do our thing, I'd be thirsty, or I might go eat some snacks. I ain't smoking. That was an all-time great interview, though, is what I'm trying to say. That was just one of those moments where, I
get it.
That shit was good, homie.
I leave.
Yeah.
Like, I want to leave right now and just go do something.
No, me too. Like, I don't know.
I want to get in the car. I want to get in the whip and bang some beat and turn on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and celebrate. Like, I want to,
yeah.
I want to
so many tears.
Right.
So many tears. Woo, woo. Tupac, homie. That's a song.
I want to go to the yacht right now. That's what I feel.
Yeah, homie. That's what I'm saying. The OGs do that. These young cats can't do that. They have no idea what's going on. But man, a lot of people are rating our guests, and a lot of people have them in the top 3 with Drew Pearson and our man, our linebacker extraordinaire, Bill Romanowski. They like them. It seems like there's been some great ones.
Every week we be like, "It's my favorite guest. It's my favorite guest."
Yeah.
But this was really my favorite. It's gonna be hard to beat this one.
Yeah, we had Bill Romanowski. We had some dudes on here that like unsung heroes too. We got some unsung hero guests that have been unbelievable.
Yeah,
I know Hut is huge. I know that Drew Pearson, Hall of Famer. We've had some great Hall of Famers, but don't forget our man that came on, baseball guy, Harold.
He was killing shit.
Doug. He
was like, man, fuck that. Nah, you take steroids. I don't respect you. He was just saying the shit.
Yeah, Doug was.
So Robert is like. OG Parrish just kind of gave me like that hood, just like I feel like I was at home just now. Like I talked to my granddaddy, RIP. Like I just felt like I was at the crib. It was different.
Yeah, he was I couldn't
explain it.
He didn't give a fuck, and I love it.
And that story at the end, I did not. That was like a JB type of moment because he like connected the dots, but I had no idea he was going
video,
there.
Man, wish we had the video for that.
I know.
Fuck, man.
That shit was crazy. He said the main saw the side piece and said every time you kiss him, you tasting my pussy.
He said he didn't want to say the name. I wonder who it was.
And then he told me, he's like, what you gonna say to that, young fella? What do you call me, young fella? Yeah, young fella. I like that.
I remember watching him fucking knock. He hit Bill Lambier, homie, like straight up. Scrap in the NBA. They was scrap. Like this wasn't no. Man, you know what? I forgot to ask him about fucking. If he'll be at the Pump Brothers this year. If he is, man, shit, I'm buying him drinks.
Does he usually go, or has he been in the past?
I've seen him there, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, we'll have to meet him there for sure. We got to get Larry on next now. Hey, Craig, I know you watching. Go ahead and get Larry Bird on tomorrow. Fuck it. We might as well keep this thing rolling.
He's that foot magic.
That's my guy though too, so I can't really,
Yeah, you can. I can.
I'm that with him and everything. That's my.
I think it had a lot to do with.
I might know. I might have him at it. We got a speaking engagement coming on, Players Company, and we might be having, some involvement. So
I'm gonna get cool. I'm gonna get Coop to bring Magic on and see if we can talk about Chief.
Oh yeah, Magic gonna do. He gonna talk shit, but he gonna do it like in the Magic way. It's gonna be different.
Yeah,
smile with it.
But then I'll chap in like I did T-Rich. I'll pull in the Chief,
and we sit back.
And I promise you, the Chief is. I already know what kind of cat he is because I'm a judge of character. He'll talk. He's gonna bang on him.
Yeah, he is.
He'll talk shit, right? He gonna talk shit on me.
Look, Magic gonna smile the whole time and talk shit with a smile though.
Yeah, he's just.
He'll like Robert.
Yeah,
we beat you 5 times.
Yeah,
you know how Magic talks. Right.
Shit, we had Magic on the show. So remember, we had.
Oh, we did. Yeah, it was a long time. That was when we were in the studio.
Yeah.
Can we show that commercial, baby? Do you got that handy, or you probably not?
Yeah, I just asked them, but
yeah. All right, no. If you don't worry about it. That's one of my favorite all-time commercials, though.
Yeah, that's the Shannon Sharp one was the best.
Oh, he said, okay. He might have it, maybe.
Oh, really? He killed Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. though.
Yeah, he killed all of them. The Luca was kind of funny just because it's the little twang in the voice. Man, shout out to our guys. I gotta check on him, man. See how you doing.
Yeah. Man, let's take a break real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my car, take a piss, smoke a square, and I'm gonna come back and we got more to JB show.
Pound the like, man. The more likes you get us, the more you get us in the algorithm, man, to get this thing going. As we're about 10 weekends away from football season starting. So, man, this is the greatest show on planet Earth. It will be the greatest football show during the season as well, as we'll have some guests joining us, hopefully live, certain things like that. But you got to pound that like, man, to get us 100K on the subscribers list to break the algorithm to become your everyday go-to. So pound the like button. If you haven't done it, you're just a biatch. We'll see you in about 4 minutes.
Legend that from the 80s. Some people say he's the greatest Laker of all time. He actually said it was Kobe, but this guy right here, man, the leader of the Showtime Lakers, the one and only
Kareem
Magic Johnson,
is
on the show right now.
What's up? What's going on?
Magic, what's up, man?
What's up, Coach JB, baby? Darnell, baby.
What's going on? Yeah, how you feeling, Magic? It's an honor.
Well, I'm feeling good, baby. And first of all, I just want to say, rest in peace to the NBA all-time great, the logo, Jerry West. He has passed away today at 86 years old, baby. And I just want to give my condolences to the West family and thank you, Jerry West, for everything you did for the Laker organization and the NBA.
Yes, man, for sure.
Hey, let me ask you something. Was Donald Sterling really racist?
Donald Sterling, look, he was a very sick man, okay? And he was a racist man. And I went to church. I prayed for Donald. But Donald did a lot of stuff that was not becoming of an NBA owner. But to answer your question, yes, he was. He was a
a very racist person.
I gotta show you something real quick. Brittany Griner's in the news. Brittany Griner's in the news, and I know you have a son that is now a daughter, or something like that. I'm confused. I apologize if I offended you, but I know you have a son or a daughter or something. We call them made up humans here. What do you think about Brittany Griner here having a baby?
Brittany Griner is an outstanding athlete. I don't know if she's a transgender or if she just I don't know what she goes by, but I'm really happy for Brittany Griner, and I'm happy she's back from Russia, and I hope that she can have a good family. I just want her to have a good family. Okay.
Look, I understand that you guys have this, this alphabet LGBTQ or whatever. Do you and Dwayne Wade kick it?
God. No, you said now hold up, Coach JP, because you said you guys. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. So
no, I know you're not gay because you beat the high five. We know what the high five is. The high five, you beat that.
That's right, baby.
You beat that high five. You got the high five. You beat the high five. But let me ask you, Dwayne Wade and you, do y'all kick it though? Because you both have similar sons, or how's that work?
I had a conversation with Dwayne Wade. I know that his daughter is a transgender, but it's a difference because my daughter is not transgender. My daughter is gay. It's a difference. They're part of the LGBTQ community, but it's a difference. Dwayne Zyla is transgender, and my daughter is gay. It's a difference, but we do talk.
Wait,
and
you got a daughter?
Yes, I do.
Wait, you got a daughter or a son that's a daughter?
Okay. I think you being disrespectful.
Oh no, I didn't mean to go there. I'm just saying. Wait, I'm confused. Okay. When you had a baby, did it have a penis or a vagina at birth?
It had a male body part.
Okay,
and
so that.
This is something, but you got to understand something, Coach JB, Darnell. See, I was the same way you was. I wanted my son at the time to play basketball. I wanted my son to, be a baller. And I did everything I could to try to make him be a man. But I realized that I was wrong. And you got to let your kids be the best way they going to be. And that's what he wanted to be. She wanted to be. So I support her.
Oh, okay.
Man, much love to you, Magic. Who the Lakers gonna hire?
Oh yeah, it's the head coach situation. I need to know that, man. Are you coming back to coach, or are you not gonna be there?
No, I'm not gonna be back because when I tried to come back, I had those problems with Rob Pelinka. So if I can't be the head man, I'm not gonna coach. But
Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
We back.
God damn, that was unbelievable. That was the best commercial ever.
We got a lot of good commercials. It's between that one and then the
Shannon Sharp was good too.
Savannah Bananas pretty good too.
Really? Shannon Sharp one I like.
Savannah Bananas pretty good. This is my favorite part. It's when the music come on and then you say, "Oh hell no!" That shit's so funny every time I hear it because you was going in and then it got quiet and then Bailey just played it out of nowhere and then you just it just added fuel to the fire. That shit's funny every time.
I can't wait to cut Robert Parrish saying,
I want to cut it now. I want to end the show and just post that all day.
Specifically, just said fuck Magic and everybody, and I was like, well, shit. That motherfucker didn't
I
care.
don't know why you keep leaning on that. You know,
He said that in a way to like, he don't care if you cut it. He wants you to cut it.
Oh yeah, he OG. He don't even know what that means. He don't care.
He don't have no social media.
He don't know none of that. He don't know none of that means.
He chasing hoes.
Yeah, you
to be real.
He fucked up by calling him out though.
Nah, he liked that shit.
That wasn't player though. That wasn't player.
I was player. He
That's
was
why
like,
he responded. He was like, hold on. Like,
he knew that was a mutual thing because he knew it was cracking. Because I followed it with, I ain't never been married. He was like, oh, see, now I see where you come from.
I know, but
See,
you never, you know what I mean? Like bro code 1-on-1. You don't call out the shit on the, you know what I mean?
How you know about it?
People told me that.
Funny how you know that.
Let's keep this show rolling, man. Let me put a rundown though. I ain't had a chance to even look at it. We've been just interviewing and going.
And we got another guest too, no?
Is that official? Did we lock that in?
We don't know. Okay.
We don't know yet. We got to just keep going until we do know. But what I do know is this.
That's what she said.
What I do know is this. I do know that Wisconsin has filed a tampering lawsuit against Miami over former DB Xavier Lucas recruitment.
Can I ask you a question first?
Please do.
Who is Wisconsin?
That's how we say it.
You said Wisconsin. Is that a new team?
Wisconsin.
Who?
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Okay. I didn't hear you.
It's not Wisconsin with a Z. It's just Wisconsin.
It's not Wisconsin. It's not.
I'm not saying West. I'm saying Wisconsin.
I thought you said West. All right. Go ahead.
Wisconsin.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead.
Wisconsin. So Wisconsin has filed a tampering lawsuit against Miami over former DB Xavier Lucas recruitment. This has to do with the Hurricanes allegedly poaching Lucas from the Badgers. Wow, we're lawsuits now over tampering. This is a sticky situation right here because everybody is tampering. Let's keep it all the way at 1,000. Is this just Wisconsin getting in their feeling because they got out recruited by another team?
This is the what is it? The what do they call it? The kettle calling the pot black, or what do they call that shit?
It's like the
pot calling the kettle
black.
Whatever that fucking corny shit is. Yeah. Here's the thing. Luke Fickell is an absolute fucking shitbird. Maybe one of the top 3 shitbirds in all of football. So fuck him. He's an absolute fuck. This is a bitch-made move by a bitch-made cat.
Fuck him?
Fuck him. Just like Robert Parrish, homie. Fuck this motherfucker. He wants to now tattletale on somebody after this motherfucker's done some of the most shady shit ever. Personally, I know. Head on, one-on-one. I know. That's why.
Like what?
That's why I'm saying it.
What do you do?
Fuck me. So the bottom line is this.
Be specific.
Well, I've told one of the stories, but here, basically, in a long story short, my issue, my personal situation and interaction with him is he had a big time running back at Cincinnati. The kid was gonna leave. I got him signed already early on, and I had him come into Indy. And when I asked Fickell 3 months prior to this situation, which I already knew was coming down the pike because I was the best recruiter in football, I said, hey, I know you're going to lose your big time running back. I'm not going to say the name. You guys can do the research. He got to the NFL. I said, I already signed. I'm going to get him over here. And he said, oh, no. You know, he's going to make it, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I know when a coach says that, that means they're trying to place him somewhere. That means they're going to try to place him at a buddy school at a JUCO, a good friend of theirs, maybe East Mississippi, somebody that knew him, and then get him right back.
Right.
Well, I always my number one goal in life was to out-recruit the placement. That's what I did with Raheem Boyd, Malik Henry, Tremonda Moore, who was in the chat last week, the number 1 O-lineman in America at Oklahoma State, wanted to place him at NEO in Oklahoma, a JUCO. I out-recruited the placement. That was a motto of mine, and nobody knew what I meant at the time, but I was the first one to start saying it. I'm going to out-recruit your placement. I told long-hair fucking hippie fuck boy over there at Oklahoma State, I said, hey, guess what? Not only are you not 40 no more, motherfucker, you're also losing Tremonda Moore to me, bitch. And I hung up, and I said, I got the NIL. And then he came to the office trying to kiss ass, trying to get him back to commit to him. I said, no, he's going to Oklahoma now. Tremonda Moore signed with Oklahoma. So, yeah, there's a lot of history lessons that a lot of you fucks don't even know in the chat. But yeah, I am that motherfucker. I am the coldest recruiter of all time. So what happened was, Smitty, Luke Fickell came in and said, no, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. I said, no, he's not. I'm not a retard. I got the fucking transcripts too, homie. And I said, I've already milked the mom and it's a wrap. He's coming to play at Indy. And guess what? Rio, he did come to Indy. And then guess what Luke Fickell did? First thing smoking in my office saying, can you take him off your recruitment list so he can come right back to Cincinnati? Oh, homie, I almost flipped the desk on his bitch ass. I said, fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? I said, you fucking shitting me? Now you want him off the list so you can get him back? Nah, it don't work that way. You get him back when he's a placement from you to me. You don't get that motherfucker back when I got to go do all the work and you deny me, motherfucker. I said, get your motherfucking ass out my goddamn office, matter of factly. And that was the last conversation I ever had with Luke Fickell.
Matter of factly.
Yeah, he's a bitch, homie. And I'm be honest, you can go ask a lot of D1 coaches to tell you that, but they just won't do it because they can't and they don't want to throw that shit out there. But the bottom line is this motherfucker don't give a fuck about no kids, homie. He's a fucking meat market, fucking with me pieces of meat. All he care about, pieces of meat. So the bottom line is he didn't do shit for that kid. And that kid hated his fucking ass to death. Ask him. So anyway, yeah, some of you guys do the research. You know who it is.
Man,
the running back ended up playing for me, going to Utah, was all Big Pac-12. And then got drafted and it was a shitbird, but that's what I took. That's what I needed in JUCO, shitbirds. So unbelievable NFL talent. He should be playing right now in the NFL big time. Couldn't tackle him. Utah couldn't tackle him either. And then he had a little issues during the draft, and you guys can all do the research on that. But anyway,
all right. Well,
great
story. We'll see how this thing plays out with the lawsuit.
There you go. I didn't say it. It's not hard to research. But anyway, go ahead, Smitty.
Well, Cheryl Miller in the All the Smoke podcast was talking about Caitlin Clark, and Cheryl Miller said that 17% of all flagrant fouls were against her last year in the WNBA. She said, I know what it's like to be hated. Matter of fact, let's just show the video.
Caitlin, I think she got 17% of all flagrant fouls were against her last year in the WNBA.
I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were. I can't fault her.
I think this young lady, Caitlin Clark, you really getting to see her explode. I think she's going to be probably the first WNBA player to average like about 34, 35 a game.
She loves to compete. Y'all want to take cheap shots at me? Whatever. It's part of the game. I'm gonna keep hooping.
You guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball. Come on now.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth.
The truth.
Caitlin Clark is responsible for nearly 27% of the WNBA's league-wide activity in 2024, including attendance. 1 in 6 tickets sold at the WNBA arena attributed to Caitlin Clark.
I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my color. Yeah. I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. To watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
I love this clip. I love this moment. You got real people who are very highly respected in the game of basketball, whether it's former players and the GOAT Cheryl Miller, Cynthia Cooper. You got basketball trainers. You got NBA guy. Everybody talking about the greatness that they see in Caitlin Clark. And I know you always show love and support Cheryl Miller every chance you get. That's always the first name you bring up when we talk about Caitlin Clark. And she ain't no Cheryl Miller. Well, guess what? Cheryl Miller said she got nothing but respect for Caitlin Clark, and she can relate to what she's going through. So that's what Cheryl Miller says. So I'm not going to argue with the GOAT. You said she's the GOAT. Everybody says she's the GOAT. I agree with it. She's the GOAT. Well, the GOAT is spoken. And Caitlin Clark is on her way. This Fever team is rolling right now since she's been back. Championship contenders already in year 2. And Caitlin Clark, man, Indiana Fever. You know I'm pulling for you. My Pacers couldn't get the job done. So right now my focus is shifting to the Fever for the rest of this summer. So JB, man, just respond, react. I mean, I guess what's your thoughts on anything you heard right here? Do you disagree with the GOAT and some of the all-time great players who are speaking on this? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I could care less. No, in all seriousness, I wouldn't disrespect Matt and them. That's my boy. Cheryl Miller was the GOAT for me in the women's side. And to be honest, I saw her score, fucking 100 points. Then I watched Lisa Leslie do it in a half. I thought those were the two greatest women basketball players ever to walk the earth. I still stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
I got Candace Parker in the discussion. I got, some other greats in the discussion as far as Cynthia Cooper. We've seen some other ones, but the hate part is just it's the funny part to me. You've been defending this little white girl for a long time, in your defense, and then it shows on the big stage that the other big time platforms kind of like use racism involved in this and all that. We just look at it for like brass tacks. It's just a little girl talking shit that's getting hated on for whatever reason, cocky, the best, etc. And you know what you got to do? You got to clip the legs of the GOAT. You got to take the legs out. You got to fucking don't let this girl get going because everyone else looks bad. Everyone else looks bad when this little girl comes in and dominates like she's doing. And
why you calling her a little girl for, bro?
Because because she looked like a little boy, and then when she comes in, looks like a little girl. You're like, oh fuck, she's a little girl. She dominated this little girl from Iowa, boo boo, and it is. She looked like a little girl, a little boy, little girl. And I'm like, hey, it is what it is. She's unbelievable. She is different. I'm gonna be honest. She's different. I was wrong completely. She is different. And she's been different, but it's also a shitty league. It's nobody watches it. What?
Man, that took a lot for you to just admit when you're wrong.
I admit when I'm wrong all the time.
That's a huge applause. That's a rarity for you.
I don't apologize for nothing I said. I admit when I'm wrong. I always said that. I'll always.
Yeah, I'm saying it's hard for you to do that too.
Not really.
You think you're always right?
Not really. No, I don't. Contrary to belief. But here's the thing. So far, I'll admit that she is that I was wrong about this little girl. She's killing it. And also, I admit that I've been correct the whole time too. The WNBA is a joke. It's a mockery. And without her, it's dead in the water. So saying that, which I said from the jump, even though I didn't say she would be the best, I said that I was wrong because she has been the best since she entered this league. And there's no question about it. Like, I don't want to hear about, there's a better player. The MVP is better. Nah, this girl's different, homie. She's different. The other girl, even the MVP don't do what she does. Let's be real. And Juju,
well, you don't watch the games, so I'm a
And Juju's coming out of the fight. And Juju's
she's not better than Angel Wilson right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I love Kevin Clark. She's not. She's not. You don't watch, homie. Trust me.
It don't matter.
Trust me. It do matter. How do you not watch something?
Asia can't do what she do. She can't do what she do.
They're different players.
Period. Nah, it don't matter. She can't
Taylor
do what she do.
Angel Wilson can do either.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she
no,
can.
she can't. Angel Wilson's a big man, a big woman. Like she's a true four.
It don't
like
matter.
Like a KG type. They're not the same type of players.
She's not different though, homie. This girl's different. I mean, let's be real.
She's
not different, homie.
Age is better right now.
Hey, bro. Jordan and Kobe and LeBron. You know all these guys, man. They're different. This girl's different. Wilson is a. What is she?
You don't even know what she is because you don't watch her play.
But I do know. But
she's a champion, is what she is.
Yeah, but
you got rings and things.
She's like she's like a Halliburton or one of these kind of middle of the row. We're trying to make her a superstar when she's really not. She's just a gutty winner. Caitlin Clark's different. Okay, I'm
not arguing that. I'm saying Angel Wilson is a baller. She's not something like Angel Wilson got the midi. She got a handle. She gets to the paint. She step like I don't understand. Watch the game. I'm not gonna argue with somebody who don't watch.
You don't. Here's my point. Different means I take all the kids and I'm taking the homies from the hood and I'm going to see Caitlin Clark play. I'm not doing that for Aja D. Jones. D Jones, D Jones, you getting all the homies and your kids together to go watch Aja Wilson play, homie? Shut the fuck up. You just be talking shit. D Jones, you have no fucking merit what you say. You're gonna get the fucking van loaded up to go watch fucking Caitlin Clark play, homie. Keep it funky. You ain't going to do that shit for no Aja Wilson. Shut the fuck up. Doesn't make it better. That's your answer, homie, because you ain't got no answer, homie. I just killed you with your own fucking mic.
All I need is one mic.
All the real ones in the show, all the real ones in the chat know what I mean when I say load up the van. Because we take the players, we get them together, all the coaches get the players, we're going to take them to see something. Their favorite rapper, their favorite superstar, their favorite comedian. We're going to take them to do a team building activity. We're taking them to see fucking Milk of Magnesia, homie, not Aja Wilson. Shut the fuck up.
Well, my guy's former teammate, man, Kyle Juszczyk and his wife, Kristen, spent the day training together. Let's check this out.
Wait, what? Go back. I don't know what's going on. What is this?
This is 49ers fullback, Pro Bowl fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, Juice, and his wife. They're just working out together. You know what I'm saying? This content. Getting a cool little field workout. You know what I'm saying? I guess people are talking about it on social media. This is my guy, Sheldon, former teammate here on the Niners, back in the Niners days. Just getting a good workout in together, just grinding. A couple that works out together stays together. You know what I mean?
Who's the girl?
His wife. And she makes like jackets too, like custom jackets that are pretty popular as well. So shout out to her. But yeah, just grind together. Anybody,
go back and throw that. Go back and show that throw, those two throws.
Anybody who's married, you know what I'm saying, and it got a serious relationship, you know how it goes.
Almost 20 yards. 3 yards.
Yeah.
So 20 yards to 3 yards, and the demonic left really thinks that they should play together in sports. I mean, it's unbelievable, homie. It's just mind blowing. That motherfuckers really advocate for a boy to play a girl in sports. I'm just being honest. The motherfucker threw it 3 yards versus 20 and thinks it's equal. Oh, man. Shout out to whatever he's doing with his wife. Who knows? This is nothing. This means nothing. This is a normal shit. I used to work out with my broad all the time, different broad. It wasn't no big thing. Fuck. It is.
Hold on. What broad?
Just different broad.
What you mean?
Like if I was fucking them, we'd go work out when I was young. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go work out. It was really just a ploy. It was a ploy to get. It's a fuck. It was a ploy to.
You don't do it now with them?
No, fuck no. I wouldn't work out if workout's doing this. Like, here's the thing. Like, homie, it was a ploy to. It was a ploy to fuck. It was a ploy to fuck. I just wanted to fuck. That's what people don't realize. I just wanted to fuck. Because I just wanted to fuck you. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. I just wanted to fuck. I just wanted to fuck. Like, you know what I mean? We worked out. You want to work out? Yeah, I'll work out. Fuck, bitch. You can't lift the bar, but I'll fucking work out. I got to go fucking unload take the plates. I'll put the plates on. I got to do all the fucking shit. But yeah, I want to work out with you. No, I don't. I want to fuck afterwards. So that's just what it is. I don't know. But
so everything you did, whether it was buying them food, whether it was working out with them, whether it was watching some rom-com film that you're not interested in, all that work was to do what?
Fuck.
Kevin the Trucker, I have an assignment for you today. Please take that clip and put a counter of how many times JB said fuck at the bottom and just count as they go 1, 2, 3. So we can get a total number. And this tag is in it, please. Thank you.
Why?
Good content. All right, moving on, man. LeBron James was out there at the Fanatics Festival. And Fanatics Festival was big, man. The Rockets news broke with KD. You know, all these star athletes was out there, and influencers as well. But it's in New York, and LeBron James was walking outside of New York, and some fans were kind of heckling at him, man. So check this out. Here in a second. It'll be here in a second. But before it pops up, though, shout out to my guy, Chief Tree Sap. He's been a member for 6 months, man. He said Netflix owes you a home. We're going to just leave that as it is. Joey B, fuck plus minus by JB this show. This is plus minus 34.5. All right.
What?
I don't know.
Fuck
But
plus minus. by JB. This show. I don't get it.
I'm not sure, but here's the video of LeBron in New York.
You don't do that shit. Listen, it's DJ Khaled, DJ Khaled's kids, or someone else. You just don't do it. That's how you are, LeBron. You don't even do it in Paris. You was pushing those against the way like, get out of here, LeBron. Go back to LA. Don't come to New York with that shit. Boom.
I gotta be honest. I hate it. I hate this dumb shit. I hate these nobodies. You got to walk around with security now because you're so famous and so popular. When back in the day, there's cats used to walk around like normal because social media has fucking just become the normal. It's become like, I just want to start knocking motherfuckers straight out.
I'm with you now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with you.
Yeah, because you didn't listen to me 2 years ago, but you would have been with me then too. I hate this shit. These are bitch-made cats who are nobodies. And there's a lot of them out there. That's what they do. Because social media and these phones, Mike Tyson said it best, they can say whatever they want without ever getting their fucking hands get put the dirt. Like you know that you can't get your hands get fucking put on your face because you're a bitch. You hide behind this. You're cowards. And now when you get in public, guess what? What is LeBron supposed to do? Knock you out so you could sue them. That's the bitch ploy. That's how they do it. This is the bitch made ploy. They want you to go after them so they can make a viral video on their account and they become Drewski.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, they become Drewski, homie. Yeah. And overnight, I got LeBron came at me, Smitty. LeBron came after me, homie. And that's what they do. That's what they do.
Hey, what's your infatuation with Drewski, homie? If I hear his name one more time, I'll throw up.
Nobody
what they're doing is not what Drewski do. Drewski produces content.
You love him.
No, because it don't make sense. He's like, don't start comparing people who just hecklers who are outside recording people, just like the Jamar Chase video. I don't know if we have that video or not. He's in the fucking plane.
I hope so. That leads into this.
He's in the plane and he's just getting recorded. Because
same shit.
He didn't sign the fans' autograph. That's not a Drewski thing. Stop comparing. I know you're trying to judge. That's not a good comparison, though. It's a bad look on you. It's a horrible look on you. It's a horrible look on you when you do that.
Bottom line is, this is the culture of what they do. The Nelk boys and all these fucking nobodies did what? They did fucking prank videos. They would take a bunch of white boys from Newport Beach, drive to Compton, try to do some prank videos to become big on YouTube, just like the fucking Logan twins or brothers or whatever the fuck they are. Same shit, homie. And nobodies. And they became somebody because that demographic, age-wise, subscribed to their channel. And guess what? Whatever. And then Logan went out and took that money and started boxing and gotten better. And then he became a guy that's everybody, oh, he's real formidable. He's actually learned how to box. And he knocked out Nate. And everybody, oh, shit.
That's Jake. Logan is the one who's in WWE.
I'm just saying the brothers,
and Logan's the one who has his own drinking company that has grown bigger than Gatorade and is now $1 billion company.
But go back, though. So this motherfucker just came up, created a drink, and it's bigger than Gatorade, right? Without any other things happening, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Exactly. Don't skip over the fact that he was a nobody.
I did not add it to your story. You already said all the other stuff. I added to the story.
You keep skipping over that fact, and on the audio side, on Spotify and shit, they're just going to hear you say that. They're not going to hear the context, and they're not going to understand that, this motherfucker was a nobody. He didn't just make a drink, homie, that became bigger than Gatorade. He was a nobody, homie, that had to get fucking prank videos to become what? Famous.
They were posting every day for like 10 years straight, and you didn't know who they were.
That's fine. But
they worked harder than you in this space, and now you mad at you a hater.
But you're making my point.
They're better than us in this space, and now you mad.
No, it's not. You can
Don't be a hater, homie.
I'm not
Don't
a hater.
be a sore loser.
Hold on. Why am I a hater when I'm telling you the truth?
You keep calling people nobodies, and you're literally a content creator. That's literally what you do now. You don't post no more. I don't play no more. We are content creators.
They're still
and we have not mastered the art of content creation yet, for whatever reason. So we can't hate on people who have done it. That makes no sense.
Here's the difference. They were nobodies that became what? Somebody. We were somebodies that became what? Nobody. Do the math, homie.
I don't know, we were somebody that became nobody. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know if I like that.
But that's the harsh reality of what's going on in the world, homie. We were somebodies.
Now we ain't shit.
That became nobody. They were nobodies that became somebody because of what, homie? Because of these. This is the problem, homie. And you just saw with LeBron James. I told you.
On the real, though, don't compare content creators to like What I'm saying is the difference between random fucking fans just heckling motherfuckers versus somebody having like an actual like social media strategy of creating like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like I don't think you're
Here's the difference. The truth of the matter is the difference is that I told you guys for a long time the ability to think that you're actually touching these cats of some sort, like on DM messages or on an email or something. You don't realize you're talking to a publicist. You really think you're talking to this guy. Then you see guys that do the burner account scenarios like KD and all that. I didn't even know what a burner account was. I'm like, what the fuck? I need a burner account. I say exactly what I'm saying on my main account. So I never understood the burner. So then you see these guys think that they really know who these people are. And you saw it with Jamar Chase, a Bengals fan. He's a known Bengals fan who got turned down by his fucking hero and instantly becomes butthurt because he thought he was cool because he liked his tweets. See, these motherfuckers don't know you, homie. Like, these motherfucking nobodies don't get it. And this is just the latest drama. Take a look. This is Jamar Chase over there. I don't know why he's over there. I wish he was on a... Well, I don't know why he can't be somewhere else.
Probably last minute flight. They have a chance to get on the PJ, saving money or whatever.
Not even a PJ. Just get your ass in first class.
Everybody say hi to Jamar Chase on your way out. He don't sign autographs, though.
I got secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, man.
I got secondhand embarrassment because this is what it is. This is what these motherfuckers are. Like, I would have smacked the shit out of them for Jamar Chase. And I'm not even like a Jamar Chase like guy like that. I like him as a player, but you know, my old school ass, I already have my own take. But he's an NFL player, regardless of whatever you say about him. And if you like him or not, and blah, blah, blah. That cat is an embarrassment, homie. You are a bottom-feeding, bitch-made cat that just is ridiculous, looking for some sort of fucking clout to chase a dude who made it and is a somebody. And then you're chasing him as an absolute nobody who just wants likes and clicks. That shit is unbelievable to me, homie. This shit is an embarrassment. I'm so tired of seeing this bullshit. I really am. This is the culture that has been created from social media, in my opinion. The TikToker, the dance era, the fucking streamer. Like, it's just become so. These guys want to be those guys so bad, Smitty, but they're talentless. They have zero talent, so they know they'll never make it as a known person in any one particular space. So what they need to do is what? Become a YouTuber. They got to become a fucking social media star. They got to become one of these guys because they know
everybody can't do that though. Everybody think they can do it. Everybody can't do it. So the problem is you have a lot of people who's not good at that shit, and they just go do like that's not what he did is not like content. Like that wasn't.
No,
he just took his phone on the plane and tried to troll somebody. That's not the exact same thing as somebody literally putting together like a plan. Like,
I disagree.
I don't see how you put this in the same exact bubble. I don't see the exact same bubble. Like,
what is it then? What are we showing?
Compare that as like streaming or you having putting together a full skit together of acting and getting people involved. Like, that's actual producing and sitting down and planning. And we're going like. This is just him on the plane being butthurt because his fucking fair player didn't sign his paper. So now he's hoping Jamar reacts just so he could just either A, to your point, have a moment, or B, try to sue him because, he put his hands on me. Thank God Jamar was just kept it calm and cool, but this is just a lame ass motherfucker who just wanted some attention from his fair player who he didn't get. It's not the same thing as Kyson and all these other guys you're talking about who actually sit down at home and plan out like, all right, for this week, we're going to do boom, boom, boom. That's not the exact same thing. I'm sorry.
Most content creators do things that go viral that are spur of the moment. They're live videos. They're reactionary. That means they did it at the spur of the moment. How is it not content? He's using it on his fucking social media. How is it not content? That's literally the definition of content.
It's content. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm wrong on that. It's content, but it's not the exact same.
I get your point.
Yes, these creators.
I get your point, but the bottom line is, that's exactly what he wants. This is what these guys go out for. What is the difference between what he just did right there and the Nelk Boys becoming famous for doing prank videos? What do you mean, Rio?
I don't watch the Nelk Boys. I know you're talking about. I don't watch it.
Rio, this is the definition of getting paid for content. What are you fucking talking about? Smitty just said the Logan brothers did it for 10 years straight before they got paid. What do you fucking mean? So you don't you need content before you can get paid? This is what the fuck they doing now. This guy now is going to be known for the guy that went after Jamar Chase. And now don't be shocked if that's all you see from this guy. Him chasing down fucking stars like some fake ass paparazzi to create his new fucking content. That's what they do, homie. What do you mean? These other fucking prank guys is what started it. And it started back in the day with fucking Ashton Kutcher and fucking goddamn the famous Jackass. What do you mean? That's what Jackass. What do you mean? That's what it was.
Punked or whatever, yeah.
Punked, Ashton Kutcher. There's no difference. It started somewhere, homie. This is no different. Whether he tried to do it or not, guess what? You don't do it loudly like that on a fucking phone live like a bitch if you're not chasing something. Stop. Because a real one like me, first of all, is not asking for an autograph. And second of all, I'm definitely not filming the man putting his business out there like he's on a plane. That's basically publicly doxing somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out when that's become illegal.
It could be because that could have been dangerous, honestly.
Let me ask you this.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
why don't we put in a law? If you film me live, I could beat your ass live and not get sued or arrested because you're putting my life and family at risk too by filming me, telling everybody on social media live where I'm at right now.
You are, because somebody could have tried to rob him or anything.
Fucking right. So why can't I beat your ass and I can't get sued? We need to put a law into that. They put a paparazzi a law back in the day out there. Because
Really?
we've seen well, fuck, we got to remember what's his name got killed. The paparazzi was chasing the motherfucker down, and they crashed their car and shit. There's a paparazzi thing out there. This needs to be public. This needs to be put out there and put in place. That these fucking nobodies who film me and put me on live and dox me, because doxing last time I checked is illegal. So why is this different? What is it different? If this guy comes in front of my house and films me and my address is shown, and motherfuckers pop up to my crib, how is that not doxing? Princess Diana, Smitty, yeah. The paparazzi chased her. They put that deal in. How is that not doxing me, though? If a random nobody showed up, filmed me, Smitty, I follow JB to the crib. Yeah, it is on my license plate. It's not hard to find. I got motherfuckers coming at me all the time. Timbo, a lot of people film me, by the way. Ask Ruben in the chat how many motherfuckers filmed me on the boat this past weekend, just fixing the boat, pulling it out of the water. From an Uber driver to the motherfucker that's delivered food and two bad bitches, by the way. Goddamn. But anyway, huh?
Bad?
The Uber driver, a brother, dropped off two bad bitches, whereas Ruben and I were walking to, because so the weekend was crazy, Smitty, and I got a video that I wish we could share. If Bailey could put it in, I texted him yesterday. Crazy set of events happened, homie, in a matter of no time. So I pulled the boat out, Smitty. It's a bitch because I had to get the trailer from storage, take the trailer down, fucking take the boat out on the trailer. Ruben helped me, and then my mechanic met us because I'm having some issues with my trim tabs. Trim tabs is what makes the boat go like this. So I've been dragging ass. I've been leaning one side. I was wondering why. So I said, let's pull it out and check the bottom and see what's going on. So it's that time of the year, maintenance. Summer's going to hit, Smitty. I want the boat right. Pulled it out, spent all day fixing it. So we pulled it out on the trailer, and that boat's huge on the trailer. The trailer's huge. So even the mechanic was like, God damn, this motherfucker's heavy, pulling it out of the water. And then the shit just cracks off. Not only on the way taking the boat to get it out on the trailer, Smitty, I saw a couple tortas almost fall in the water. Just take a look at the chronological time frame of what happened yesterday as I was taking the boat out. Homie, you know who that is?
No.
Pause it real quick. That's Gorlock.
Keep playing.
Get up. I've never seen all females driving the truck and pulling the trailer. They want to be dudes so fucking bad, homie. And hits this guy's car with their trailer. God damn. Where is Harrison Butker?
Oh my God.
So hold on. Then this broad wants to get out of the truck that she just hit a fucking truck, by the way. She hits the truck and then gets out appalled that the truck that's parked in a parking space didn't move. Homie, Harrison Butker to the rescue. But anyway, let's take a look. You need Harrison Butker. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Smitty, we're on the trailer, by the way, out on land in the boat. So we're like 15 feet above ground. Me and Ruben are in the boat. My mechanic's below working, and I'm having to work the mechanics of it because he needs me to fuck with the ignition and stuff while he's down there fixing the trim tab. So that's why we're elevated. Literally watched it unfold. Now she's mad at she didn't know why she hit him. First of all, that car's parked. You shouldn't even be close to it. God damn. Look, you think that 20-foot trailer was going to clear that, Smitty? I mean, you may never pull a trailer. I don't know if Smitty or not, but you know you got to go wide.
Yeah, right? To get that long. Yeah. To make
you shitting me with this? She thought that was going to clear, so she ripped this white truck. She ripped the fuck out of the fender on the other side, so the fender's gone. And then watch this, though. It blows my fucking mind. Pull the boat out of the water, get it worked on, and then this happens. Look. They're leaving a note, homie.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Look. You're gonna leave a note that you hit him with your fucking trailer. Look at this.
I was coming around the corner in my.
Take the picture of the license plate.
All right. I respect that, though.
WPS, so they'll report on themselves.
You know, the brothers, we
myself would be out. But anyway, hey, white people sit like a motherfucker, turning themselves in. Like, you know, I was surprised they didn't handcuff their motherfucking self and wait for the cops. Turn their self. They'll turn everything in. Good Samaritan law they have. They look Mormon too on top of it.
Oh shit.
Where's the dude at driving the trailer? I mean, I don't get this situation. 3 bras will fuck up a wet dream.
She went over there and helped him out.
God. Didn't look good enough. We got some tortas.
Oh my God. Racist.
This happening all at the same time, City. What the fuck is going on in Long Beach today? She got out the... Dick? Is she dick on me?
Is she dick on you?
The tortas. But they're in the hoopty boat with the wrap, the plastic window wrap.
I respect that.
Running from ice. That's cracking today, homie. Ruben and Cisco said that, not me, homie. Ruben right there. He said they're running from ice, not me.
But Ruben, white boy, really. That's a fun day.
We were talking about it the other day. We love that shit. Every gangster we ever met, none of them speak Spanish, by the way. No Mexican SA I know speaks Spanish. That is straight killers. It's funny we were talking about that. But anyway.
They ain't real Mexicans for real. They're American Mexicans.
Yeah, because they're from El Salvador, the illegals, motherfucker. That's why. But anyway. I
love them, though.
Hey, so, yeah, exactly.
I mean, man, now my Mexican spot is like real dude. Like where I go get my tacos from, I was so nervous. I was saying, if any of them ain't fucking here, I'm going to be pissed. So they still here, though. So
all the car washes in LA are shut down on Sunday because they're running. It's crazy. But anyway.
That's not cute, Jason. Go ahead.
What's cute about it? I'm just telling the truth.
Not cute.
What's your takeaway from this past weekend? You see the 2 ladies driving a boat, trailer, can't do it. Hit a car.
It's not a woman thing. I just think that just so happened to be women. I've seen men crash cars, crash boats, crash yachts, crash everything. So I just think in this example, it just so happens to fit your narrative or what you already believe. So it happens to be women, but I just think gotta be more focused. But I've seen men do it all the time. So let's not make this about sex. And then on the flip side, the second video, I didn't see no problems at all. I'm from the hood. We always got to maneuver things.
What about Gorlock?
Got to do it.
What about Gorlock? What about Gorlock on the fucking paddle board?
Was that like? Did you confirm that was Gorlock?
Yeah, I was leaving the boat and I saw her. They were doing that. She was filming a thing. I don't know.
That's some content. Well, I mean, hey,
Gorlock. I zoomed in. I tried to zoom in.
I respect her confidence though, being out there, got her one piece on, and on a little paddle boat. You should have got on the show, homie.
That's Gorlock, homie. Did verify it.
That's your type.
That's a boy. So, but yeah, it is what it is. I know we got some other things to talk about, Smitty. At the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, you ready for the summer to go on the yacht?
Yeah, I am.
Go fast?
Medium. You know what I mean? Like not super fast, not slow.
Fixed now. It's fixed now, ready to roll.
Is it like fix?
Oh yeah, it's ready to roll. I mean, it's been run. I mean, we've ran it. I've ran it all year. I mean, I'm saying it's always worked. Even the time it didn't start because I had the thing wrong, but I figured it out that day with you. We get there at 5 a.m, and motherfucker, I was like, what the fuck? Wouldn't start.
The show was in 5 minutes and we ain't had nothing ready.
But I figured that out. We got that thing running, and then you got a viral video of you like going crazy.
But next time I come on the yacht, though, pause. Don't be working me, homie. I'm coming there to just have a good time. I'm not coming there to carry all types of water bottles and containers.
You still remember that from the very first time because it really wasn't even that. It was really you didn't have no problems helping me. It was a matter of we didn't know where to park because that was the very first time I have ever been there.
Yeah,
in a car.
Yeah,
I had to take the boat there, but I didn't know how to get there from the car. So you're really upset about that. That's really what it was because we had to move the car 3 times, and then I had a trunk full of shit, and then you
unpack, repack.
Yeah, so that's really what it was. Tell the truth. It wasn't about you helping because you're a helpful guy. Like we had to do it in the studio as well. We had to take water up and shit all the time. So like, and I moved the whole studio in and out. So you didn't do shit for that.
Every time I'm at your crib, I got to do shit. I gotta carry the propane tanks by myself while you in the car with the egg in head. I gotta flatten out the poster on the wall in the studio, which is the hardest shit ever. Like it's always the hardest stuff I gotta do because I'm young. But I'm not that young no more, homie.
Because you what? Y'all. Dodgers beat the Nationals 2 out of 3.
As expected.
Dodgers continue to be in first place. Joey B only knows porn stars, by the way.
Who?
Joey B, if you ever noticed, he's been a long-time listener and fan. He's usually a member. Joey's always... He only mentions porn stars. This is 3rd porn star he's mentioned today to be on the yacht.
Wow.
He's a super porn freak, probably almost pedo, out of Colorado. So, yeah.
Hey, Joey, fight that, bro, because that addiction can definitely cause issues, man. So, like, make sure that addiction, that porn addiction, man, you know, it's cool if you can watch it every now and then, but have some balance, bro. You can't watch it all the time. You know what I mean? Back in my day, there was a time frame where I was watching a little too heavy, and it's not good for your mental, homie.
G Wizzle, I did see that. I sent it to Smitty. Smitty said it was dope. I said it was gay. So yes, I did see that LSU recruiting visit.
Now, on a serious note, I know you like that, bro. That's dope. That's a cool little recruiting thing, and like to get your parents involved, even if it's mom or pops, whatever, just to have your parents involved and wearing the uniform. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that, bro.
It's not cool. That's the problem.
It's kind of cool to see that.
That's actually the problem, though. Because, see, it invites you to think that you have more say than you really do. You don't need to. Brian Kelly's the leader of that school, and he's been nothing but cringe the entire time since the hire. He's tried so hard, Smitty. It's been nothing but cringe vibes in the LSU. And I don't know why it's about the parents and not the fucking kid signing the scholarship that's going to play the goddamn sport. See, my parents wouldn't even want to be around. Did yours? I mean, a serious question. Did your parents want to be around the recruiting visit? My parents have been thinking that was like weird.
Nah, they never really went.
My son about to go chase some ass on a recruiting visit. Why the fuck am I around? Why do I want to be around my son chasing some pussy? Like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, that was an unofficial visit, I'm assuming. That wasn't like the official visit.
It don't matter though, does it? Like,
but I would say his parents do usually go on the official, but you separate though at night. You know,
Bailey, you got a picture of that? You got that picture, Bailey, of these fucking females?
The video.
Yeah, LSU.
Or is it a picture? You probably never sent it to Bailey though. It's in your Instagram DM. You can send it to him.
Is it?
Yeah, even when your parents visit, like, because typically they would be with you like in the day, and then you split up. and you as the recruit go meet up with the team. Y'all go do y'all thing that night, and then you just kind of get back with the parents and the coaches like early in the day for like orientation or whatever, like the little tour and all that little shit. So I don't know. I just thought it was fun though. The kids seemed to like it. They were into it, and that's what matters the most. So it's just like a fun memory that you'll have as a family and shit. Like you remember Mama put on the LSU uniform, you know. You take everything so seriously. I think that's the issue I have with you. Everything's like serious. Everything's deeper than what it is. Like sometimes just relax. Sometimes it's not that serious.
All right.
Here it goes right here, y'all. Everybody can look. Like this is cool, y'all. Just 3 recruits and they moms. Like this ain't nothing. They just having fun.
I wish my mom would suit up on a recruiting visit. That shit is.
You're not a big family guy, though. I've learned that, which is fine. So, like for you, this is like cringe for you. But that's
it
just
is
who
cringe.
you are.
It is cringe. It is cringe as fuck.
Family,
Like,
everything to me, homie. So
I get the family part, but the family doesn't need to mean part of everything. This is what ruins people. That's why these kids won't even be at LSU after year 2. Is she gonna put a jersey on when he transfers 4 times at the new schools too?
It's the kid's choice.
It's ridiculous. It's a clout chase. It's a fucking reach. It's just.
It's nothing. The kids. Like, what do you mean?
I don't want my mom there, homie. I don't.
You don't. But those 3 kids did. So why does it matter?
I'm talking as both player and coach. If I'm the coach, I don't want your mama doing this stupid shit, homie. Come on, homie. You even want to laugh? Like, let's keep it funky, homie. Just keep it real.
It is funny, but it's like funny, like in a fun way. Like you're making it way more serious than it needs to be. It's like
keep it real though.
The point of it was to be funny. That's the point.
But you want to laugh. You want to laugh. Show that clip again. Show that video. Let me see that. Let me see. Huh? What stances are they in? Like
you see, because what you're doing is you're trying to like correlate this to women playing football. This is just nothing like that.
No, I'm not. It's actually an embarrassment. It's a slap in my mama's face. It's a slap in my mama's face. It's a slap in my mama's face. Like, this is too much. It's gone too far.
It's just like the clips. I don't know if you saw the clips with the little league where they do the tackling drill where the mamas can go out there and tackle their sons. I love that shit. It's just fun. Like it ain't.
Let me ask you something. Because so OG like Robert Parrish come on and talk about all these things. You agree with it all of a sudden, but before that you go back and you're talking about all the shit that it never was, and then OG comes on and he's like, oh, and then you're like, yeah, competitive. When is it too much? Let me ask you that question, just straight out, flat out. When is this shit too much? When does this shit become enough, homie? I gotta ask Darnell Smith. When does this shit become too much? The streaming shit, the prank videos, the fucking all the bullshit we're seeing. When is it enough? The youth Pop Warner football shit ass fucking coaches that we defend for out here putting these kids out here, and it's not you defending them. I'm just saying. When has it become too fucking much? When is Brian Kelly faking a voice to get a kid? And when is a kid going to 4 schools in 4 years, demanding more money and not even fucking performing? Just when does Darnell Smith say it's enough? That's what I want to know, homie. This shit right here is a fucking joke. Like, it ain't about my son playing for you. This had nothing to do with my son playing at LSU. This is a complete fucking mockery of the whole sport. Like, let's keep it real. No mama. I don't want my mama on a recruiting visit. I want her on the back, looking at the thing, asking me questions, asking the coach questions when it's time to sit down with the coach at the end of the recruiting visit and ask your motherly question. I don't need you in the video dressed up, suited up. Like, this shit has become more than playing football for me. And when the main thing's not the main thing, Smitty, I got a problem. And it ain't the main thing no more. They want social media fucking clicks now over winning me games. And you worried about me leaving jobs? Fuck out of here, man. Make it make sense. Hypocrisy has to end, Darnell Smith. And I want to know, when is enough enough? Never for you, huh? Never, I guess.
It's all case by case.
Nah, bullshit.
This right here is a beautiful memory and beautiful
Let me
moment
give
of
you-
3 players and their
Let me
mom.
give you an inch. Let me give you an inch so you can take a foot. That's what case by case means, homie.
I love seeing these, man. 3 strong black women Three strong, young, great athletes, man, with their moms, just sharing a moment. If the players love it, I love it.
If it was three white women, you wouldn't like it.
If you like it, I love it, homie. If you like it, I love it.
If it was three white women, you wouldn't like it.
It's all about the players and
if it was three old white
players
broads
didn't like it, then I would have an issue.
If it was three old white broads, you didn't like it. Three old white girls.
So I love it and I'm cool with it. And I don't think it's a case by case situation. I think it all depends on each scenario is its own entity, and I think that's what it comes down to.
You said three young sisters. You said three sisters. If it was three white girls, do you like it? If it was three white girls, would you still like it?
I mean, as long as the context is the same.
Context, same shit. Three white mamas.
Yeah.
You struggled, homie. Like, why? I don't know why you're making this about race.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You said three young sisters.
I said three strong black
makes
women.
It great, and then you couldn't answer the question. I said three white ladies doing it. Would you still feel the same? You couldn't answer.
I said yeah.
You struggled. It's slow. Crazy.
I like to take my time before I answer questions to make sure I'm answering in the proper way.
I don't know how this is race, but anyway, this is cringe as fuck. And it doesn't matter who it was. I would tell these three young sisters not to fucking dress up in my locker room. That's what
shout out to the mothers, man, doing their thing with their kids, having a good time, sharing a funny memory that they'll have, and that's what it is, man. So let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it moving on. We got 7 minutes left, and I know you have a big topic that you want to discuss. So go ahead and take the court. Ball's in your court.
No, I want to show the last two videos. I don't see the last two videos. It's two broads yelling. Let's get to that first, because I'm not gonna do a long thing. I just want to free lib it, ad lib it.
Two broads yelling at what?
What's the broad yelling at right there? Well, who's that? Those two broads on the bottom next to you.
Let me see. Let me look at the bottom.
What are those, Bailey?
Oh, all right. So this was the what's happening now that we were talking about earlier pre-show. B. Simone, who's I guess you call her an influencer, businesswoman, etc. She's made a lot of decent money for herself over the years.
Another influencer.
Made a lot of money over the years for herself, but apparently I guess she's struggling right now, and she made some comments about it on the podcast. So check this out.
It's my finances. Like the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like,
First of all, I like H&M. That's one of my spots. I go there and I find some good 2XL, XL shirts and hoodies. Like if you really take your time at H&M, then you can find some good stuff. So first of all, shout out to H&M. Would love to have y'all as a sponsor and give us some free gear. Let's start there.
Respectfully, I've never heard of H&M. So if you do want to sponsor us, let me know. But what is H&M?
It's just a place you can go get men and women. They have a men's side, have a women's side, or you can go and get clothes. But I guess
it's a clothes store.
Yeah, but I guess in her head, she's like, that's a step down for her from what she's used to shopping at and doing.
Well, I just find it ironic that she's crying and then she mentions Bloomingdale's right out the gate. She said I was in Bloomingdale's and she's sitting there crying about finances. Come on, homie.
To me, she's crying about the fact that she has the budget. That's just like being a grown man, grown woman. That's just life. I don't care even if you are rich as hell or whatever. You still got a budget. I work with people at Fox who makes all types of money, way more money than she's ever made. They still think through certain things. Like, it's just part of life. So I don't understand.
Let me hear she's mad that I don't know. Yeah.
Now go ahead, Jason.
Like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even.
She's dressed like she broke too, right?
I just don't have it to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account. But
I'm from the hood, so I ain't got no sympathy. I grew up food stamp, eviction. I grew up selling candy, fire sticks, lemonade stands. You know what I'm saying? Just getting out the mud. So it's hard for me to really have sympathy for her. I'm gonna be real with you. I respect her hustle. She, businesswoman, made money and all that stuff. But you struggling, don't cry about it. Find a way to get that money back. Then
what she say here?
I don't know what this one is. This is an older video. Okay, this is a video where she made a few years ago about having a 9 to 5. This is years ago. Check this out.
dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard, you have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking
Bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Use why we call bitches bitches. Shut the fuck up. I'm fucking tired of hearing you bitches talk and yap your motherfucking gums. Bitch, you'd be lucky to have a motherfucker with a 9 to 5 that wanted to be around your stank ass. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of you fucking bitches. That's the problem. See, we shouldn't be calling women bitches like this. You're the reason motherfuckers call you out your motherfucking name. Bitch don't want to go to fucking Cheesecake Factory, bitch, because you so fucking good. You broke as a fucking bitch right now, ain't you? Fuck out of here with that bullshit, homie. I'm so tired of you bitches. God damn, homie. That's why I just fuck y'all. Fucking bitch. God damn, homie. I can't stand these motherfuckers, homie. God damn. You motherfuckers that bleed once a month and don't die are the problem on this motherfucker earth. Shit. Any motherfucker that bleeds once a month and don't die is a fucking anomaly. You're an alien. You got fucking problems. That's what the fuck these motherfuckers have. They got a fucking false reality out here in real life, homie. They don't realize until they hit rock fucking bottom that they're just a throw around bitch. Bitch, you a throw around hoe. We tossed you around. And now you feel some type of way. Now you want a motherfucker that's got millions of dollars to save your motherfucking ass. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You is a bitch. You a toss around, throw around hoe. And now you want motherfucker to save you from being a bitch. Get the fuck out of here, homie. I'm so fucking tired of this motherfuckers, homie. You can go through fucking Burger King motherfucking bathroom and meet a bitch as a man and say, damn, shorty, you fine as a motherfucker. I would love to fuck with you. She work at Burger King. But if you drive up in the motherfucker and she's in a Cadillac and you in the Burger King bathroom drive-thru and she see you, she would never even think about fucking with you. Keep it real. But we'll take your broke ass out of Burger King, but guess what? You won't do. Bitch, you won't take us out of Burger King, will you? Oh, fucking fake ass motherfuckers. I'm so tired of these motherfucking bitches. Again, social media has created this shit. Smitty, I'm done. Last minute of the show, real quick. You had to go to the bathroom or something, but anyway, I don't know, you disappeared. But I gotta ask you, man, that shit makes my blood boil, homie. God damn. I love women too, but you make some of you call you bitches, man, for a reason. That's because of this motherfucker right here. Donald Trump pulled the plug and dropped 3 bombs. My brother's in the Air Force, obviously. I know what's going on. The world is being divided right now, obviously, for the MAGA fracture that people are calling it. Half of the MAGA people, we voted for Trump. We voted for you. Now you've betrayed us, side of MAGA. That's why I don't believe in MAGA. I believe in America. And then you got the other side of the left saying, this is who y'all voted for. And then the fact that nobody remembers that, you know, Obama's also dropped thousands of bombs. He was responsible for getting rid of ISIS. And I thank Obama to this day for doing that. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. You are the commander-in-chief, Smitty, for a reason. That's the name of the president, POTUS, that America has and we vote for. That means commander-in-chief of what? Of our armed forces. At the very end of the day, you do not need Congress's approval, contrary to all the Democrats' belief out there today. You need to go read a book. You don't need Congress's approval. Obama, Bush, Reagan didn't need it either. That triggered bombs. By the way, if they are a global threat and we have proof, we can pull the trigger as the commander-in-chief. Just go do some research. So, having said that, Smitty, do I want to be in war? Fuck no. Don't want to be in war. That's why I said make America first. Fuck making America great. That's why I don't believe in the MAGA movement. I believe in the Trump or whoever the president is being the president and honoring what he said he was going to do. So I see where the fracture is out here in America today. Does this trigger World War III, Smitty? I don't believe so. My brother doesn't believe so, without saying too much from what he can tell me. This was a non-boots on the ground situation. We've done this a lot. We did it with ISIS. We've done it with Osama bin Laden. We sent the Navy SEALs in. We didn't send in the armed forces. We've done this many times in America's history. Hopefully that's where it ends, Smitty. But let's be clear here. We have half of the country saying that this man is a lunatic and he's on his off his rocker and off his chain and going after these people. Well, listen, man, the last 4 years, we've allowed 20 million immigrants in our country, probably a lot of sleeper cells from this country, in particular, Iran. And I got to be honest, this country, it blows my mind that we forgot that this country does videos on a daily basis for the last 50 years, wishing the death upon America and all Americans, black, white, foreign, domestic. So I don't understand why we're defending a country over our Americans. I don't get it. I'm one guy that's going to keep it real, Smitty, as we wrap the show. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. As a sitting president, I'm going to back the president's move. I always have. I always have backed the president's move my whole life because I don't vote. But he's the American sitting president. I backed Obama. I backed Bush. I backed everybody because that's who America stood with. For the tweets that I see, Smitty, that gets 30 million impressions and views over the weekend since the bombing, that says this man needs to die. From an American, we got problems, Smitty, and that's just in America. We got a major problem when we're going against the sitting president as Americans, and it just means that we're anti-American, and that's just the bottom line. Because I know too many Republicans and conservatives that backed the Democratic sitting presidents when we made decisions to go to war or fight or drop bombs or get rid of ISIS, as in Obama did. Great job that Obama did, in my opinion, and getting rid of Osama bin Laden. People don't want to talk about that. Also, he funded Iran and gave them $6 billion. Like, we got to be honest. This is what the presidents do. This is and I'm not being duped, Smitty, because I've seen the comments. I'm not being duped. The government's been our number one opponent as American citizens since I was born, since you were born, since everybody was born. I don't trust the government, homie. I don't trust the government. I don't trust priests, politicians, as far as I can throw them. That's why I stand on my business. I will never vote. But let's be real. Anti-Americans just don't belong here. They need to be deported just like the illegals. And that's just my personal opinion. Either shit or get out the pot, homie. You're in America, you're American, or you're not. Like, that's the part I don't get. And that's the part I struggle with. And and for all you motherfuckers that voted for Trump who are now reneging, shame on you too. Because you're cowardice. You voted for him, homie. Stand on your business. You voted for him just like Kat stood on. You voted for Biden and then you turned on Biden too. Shame on you too. You voted for him, homie. Like, it's very convenient now, Smitty, in America. We're a very convenient country when we use social media. Look at what Stephen A's done. Full 360. Voted for Kamala and now bashes Kamala and is on Trump's side. It's very convenient when you don't vote and you vote for someone else and now you're bashing the person you voted for, Stephen A. I find that to be a cowardly move. I would respect you more if you stood on business and said, you know what, I voted for Kamala and I wish Kamala was in office. Like, I respect that. At least Smitty keeps his fucking word, and as of right now, at 31 years old, Smitty stands by his business. I respect that more than the fake fucker that you don't know where they stand. I'll tell you that right now. We have too many anti-Americans in this country right now who are anti-American Americans. That is why we're divided in this country, among other things. And I just think we have a major, we're at a fucking crosshairs. We're at a precipice in American country right now. And the next few months or weeks on this summer, let's just say this summer, will probably be the definition of how America moves forward. And Smitty, I've seen a bunch of proactive brothers and sisters who are conservative turn their back on Trump after they voted for him. Candace Owens, Hodge twins, all these motherfuckers. All of a sudden, you voted for him, homie. I'm tripping. You voted for him. Now you against them?
That's what a lot of people saying. They like, hey, like you said, stand on it. Like good or bad, that's what you wanted. So you gotta,
and see, that's the problem. See, like you just mentioned, and not probably meaning, but you said that's what you wanted. The problem is we need to say that's what we wanted.
Well, now, and I said to you in the DM the other day. I said, like, right now, what's happening is where both sides. It's been going on this for a while, but like, especially now, both sides are just pointing the finger. So when Trump does something that a lot of people disagree with, the Democrats are looking at like, try to tell you, motherfuckers, you didn't want to listen. It's like we're trying to, each side trying to be like, told you so. Or when Trump does something that we think is pretty good, the right is like, this is why we voted for him. This is why Biden would have never. Like every time Trump does something that's like deemed good, the first thing I see is Biden. Like, why is Biden name even brought up no more? He's out. It's done. Why that shouldn't get brought up? Both sides is doing it. It's so divisive. It has never been like this with any other president that I can remember. Democrat or Republicans, never, whether it was Bush was in office, whether it was Obama, anything prior to Trump getting in, I do not, and you can educate me, I do not recall it being this divisive prior to him getting off. And I'm not saying it's all his fault. I'm just saying for whatever reason, it's just been divisive since he's gotten into the picture.
Because what you say every day, these have gotten more prevalent. That's all. There's been no difference. We've had this problem. But guess what? The one problem is we've become so LGBTQ alphabet mafia, and we've become so worried about other shit that we've taken our hands. Republican and Democrat have become more about civil unrest in America over certain things such as abortion, border, and the fact that LGBTQ Gay Pride Month, week, day, boys playing girls, that's what's divided the country. So when you have all that going on, what boys can go into girls' bathrooms and what's on the bathroom stall now? Is it a guy, a girl? Is it a made-up human? All this has divided the country. Let's just keep it funky. Because you're telling me 50 years ago we were more together racially than we are now in 2026? 25, about to be 26? Like, you're telling me we're more divided now? As further away we get from segregation and all the shit, the further we get away, we're getting worse now.
Well, I don't think we're worse racially right now, though. I really don't. I think it's just politically. I think we're worse. I think the right and left are the furthest away from each other than it's ever been. I don't think it's a race thing. There's a lot of white people who are against Trump. There's a lot of black people who are for Trump. So I don't think it's a race thing right now.
But that's my point, though. The problem is the political divide is because of a racial discrimination or a racial disagreement or a racial scenario when it comes to the white Karen. We talk about these white Karens all the time. The white Karen who defends, BLM, LGBTQ, all these different protests that we've seen over the last few years. It's a bunch of white Karens. I say it on the show all the time. It's a bunch of fucking white Karens. And then the brothers who get older say, you know what? I've been lied to by the Democratic Party. So now guess what? I figured out and opened my own eyes and not listen to the homies who told me I had to be Democratic because I'm from the hood. That's what you're getting. You're getting a shift. And now it's becoming even more division in America because now we got brothers going over here, brown going over here, white going over there. When white used to be over here, it's all fucked up, homie. I don't have an answer, Smitty. I don't. All I know is I don't want to go on war, and I don't want to send American fucking people over there. And I have totally appalled by this Candace Parker broad who has gone total rogue.
Candace Owens, you mean?
Candace Owens, sorry. Candace Owens, who's totally gone rogue and telling players, I mean, the country, participants of maybe armed forces to leave the country and withdraw from the military. That shit right there, she should be deported. Like, that is almost like you're a sleeper cell your motherfucking self, Candace Owens. Like, I don't get it, homie. The part that kills me, and I'm not trying to pick on Democrats or Republicans, but I'm trying to say level, and because I'm against the right that want to go to war, And I'm against the left who refused to talk about Ukraine and the billions of dollars we gave them. And now all of a sudden it's Trump's fault again. Come on, homie. Keep it funky. Keep it real. You guys funded Ukraine's proxy war for the last 4 years and taken billions of our dollars. Now all of a sudden it's Trump. Like, I don't get it. I think we need to keep it real. At least keep it real. Like, if you're going to talk about one thing and not the other, that's the part that divides us more and more and more as we get through this. Instead of a motherfucker that just did like I did earlier on the show. You know what? I admit Caitlin Clark was legit. I'm fucked up. I'm wrong. Like, we don't commit it no more. Yeah. Like, we won't come together at the bar, at the barbershop and say, you know what, dog, fuck. You were right. This motherfucker, man. I should have voted for that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have voted for him. Whatever way. Admit it, though. The only time we can come together is if motherfuckers admit they were actually wrong, or at least say I should have at least waited to making a judgment. I should have at least waited, because in 10 years, Smitty, it's going to be too late to say that.
I agree with that. That's probably one of the strongest points you've ever made on this show in the history of us since I joined, that I agree with more than anything. Everybody's keeping it real on both sides with everything. I respect that.
Yeah,
so,
I wouldn't do
we'll
anything.
See how it goes. I know this. I know I didn't like looking at my fucking phone and seeing that major cities like Los Angeles and New York and whatever are on high alert today or some shit. I like what like I think it was yesterday.
Always. Yeah, it's
I'm
always
like, damn. I'm like, that's not a comfortable feeling, you know.
It's always that. We always seen that. I've seen that my whole life, especially that's
well,
why
you know, I'm from Indiana, so ain't nobody ever like I'm not used to that.
Yeah,
so for me, it's like damn,
we get that for anything. We get that for a Hawaii volcano. I mean, just because the Pacific Ocean's right here, we're gonna get a tsunami warning. I mean, California's on the coast, just like New York, and we're the biggest city. It just happens to happen. It's done that way forever. It's been that way since Pearl Harbor. It's been that way, homie. That's just how it works. It's not that happened in 9/11, Smitty, when the towers went down. That happened in Desert Storm. That happened in the Gulf War. That's happened of all time. We're always going to put a warning out there for you to keep your head on a swivel as American citizens when you have 30 million illegals allowed in this country. And how many sleeper cells are there? We don't know. So the bottom line is we don't know. But people don't want to bring that shit up. And it is what it is. Pray to everybody to stay safe. Hopefully we're not in the boots on the ground. I don't want to see us in a war. I don't want Americans dying for a fucking sandbox country that could give a fuck less about us as Americans. And I don't understand that part of it, other than to fatten the pockets of the political fucking bureaucrats and shit on the fucking American citizens. Again, that's the part I don't fucking understand. But Smitty, Talk Tuesdays tomorrow. Congratulations to the Warriors, or the Warriors, the Thunder. Shout out to Keith Smith, the one that don't have titties, and shout out to the Chief, Robert Parrish, as the greatest interview we've ever had. Appreciate all you guys, man. We will be back later on. Watch me on Unpaved with Shaun Salisbury here in about 45 minutes over on Rumble, and we'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Talk Tuesday on the realest show on planet Earth. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member as the Pacers choked it off. Peace.
This the real JB. You better find the skin real quick.